I received an envelope from the future. The moment I opened it, a powerful force instantly pulled me inside. Turns out, this is a world where magic reigns supreme. Everyone dreams of getting into a prestigious magic academy, but I can't bring myself to be happy, because I'm a muggle with no magical power. The only reason I got into this magic academy was because one day, I suddenly received a message from my parents, telling me to enroll here as a special admission student. But after arriving, everyone mocks me. Every day, I'm used as their punching bag. Maybe it would have been better if I died back then with them. Since I can't learn magic, I had no choice but to become a swordsman instead. In today's world, magic has an overwhelming advantage, yet I can only fight in close combat, since I'm the only one left in my family, and I often become a burden to any team during expeditions. They gave me a nickname, the Jinx. Today, Haruto is being bullied once again. Sorry, didn't see you came back. Can't believe you can't even withstand such basic magic. Haruto suppresses his rage and stands up. Can I have it back now? I bought what you wanted. Give me my phone. The school cafeteria's limited edition veggie burger, only 50 per day. You did get the right one. But how could there be no drink? You must be punished. As he speaks, flames gather in his hand. He fires it straight at Haruto, while everyone's still laughing and mocking. Disciplinary committee member Shinonome passes by. What are you doing here? Seeing someone arrive, the others reluctantly toss the phone back. That's enough fun for today. Shinonome rushes forward. Haruto, are you okay? You should stay away from me. I'm afraid I'll drag you down. I don't care about that, but I do. I'm sorry. We can't play together like we did when we were kids anymore. The scene shifts. Haruto returns to his dorm. To his surprise, there's a black envelope on his door. Walking into his room, he examines the strange letter. No stamp, no sender information. Should I open it? Overwhelming curiosity finally gives Haruto the courage. He opens the envelope. The next second, brilliant light bursts from within. A vortex of blue energy swirls around him, pulling him in. He vanishes instantly. Only the lonely envelope remains. When Haruto opens his eyes, he finds himself in a mysterious space, and before him stands a human-shaped silhouette. Hello, 16-year-old Haruto. I'm from the year 2054. My name is also Haruto. That's right, I'm your future self. I sent you this letter from the future. 10 years from now, you'll become a chronomancer who controls space and time. But waiting for that process takes too long. So I want to train my past self, which is you, into a chronomancer right now. I know I'm naturally suspicious and won't believe this so easily. As they say, seeing is believing. You can go to the F-rank dungeon in Shinjuku Gyoen. There's something you want there. The scene shifts. Haruto decides to check it out. As an F-rank dungeon, this place has been cleared countless times. How could there be anything I want here? Trust me, we'll be there soon. Following the envelope's guidance, Haruto quickly reaches a wall. Insert me into the crack. The moment Haruto inserts the black envelope, the wall begins to shift. It splits apart to both sides. A brand new passage appears. There really is a hidden route. I've never heard of this before. When he reaches the end, a massive crystal comes into view. This is a skill crystal. Just touch it and you'll learn the corresponding skill. As Haruto gently touches it with his hand, the originally blue crystal emits dazzling red light. Before Haruto can process what's happening, a black cube appears above him, slowly descending. As it descends, it absorbs the surrounding stones. The stones assemble and connect around the cube. Finally, in the dust, they form into a massive figure. When the dust clears, an enormous creature walks toward him. It's a stone gargoyle! Before Haruto can react, the stone gargoyle sends him flying with a heavy blow. Why is this happening? Was I tricked? This strike deals him fatal damage. His consciousness begins to fade. Am I dying? Mom, Dad, Leah, we'll be together soon. At that moment, the black envelope beside him emits a faint glow. Can you really accept this ending? Your deceased parents sent you to school. You haven't even graduated yet. After being deceived by me, you chose to give up and die helplessly in the wilderness. Your life has been so miserable. Are you really willing to end it so meaninglessly? Do you truly think this ending is acceptable? If you refuse to give up, then stand up bravely, defy your fate, live on with unwavering resolve. Only then can you turn around this trash life of yours. On the edge of death, a miracle occurs. Hidden quest triggered, unyielding spirit, conditions met. The massive crystal in the center begins to crack. The next second, it shatters. A tremendous wave of energy surges toward Haruto. Adventurer's death revoked. Physical body reconstructing. I'm alive! Chronomancy acquired. Multiple skill notifications sound. Skill acquired, body acceleration. Skill acquired, time rewind. Skill acquired, time stop. Chronomancer passive skill acquired. Potential release plus 30%. Level 1. Feeling his body filled with endless magical power, he realizes it's all real. I've acquired chronomancy 10 years early, so you really are my future self? Believe me now? Let's begin the official training. At this moment, the stone gargoyle has already closed in behind Haruto again. The instant it attacks, Haruto leaps high, dodging effortlessly. My body feels so light! Haruto stares at his transformed body in amazement. That's your passive skill at work. Listen carefully to the true way a chronomancer fights. Feel the essence of this world. What governs all things is the flow of time. You can do this, because no matter what, you are me. At this moment, the stone gargoyle assumes an attack stance again, but Haruto closes his eyes, sensing the slow flow of time around him. The instant it attacks, he jumps to evade, then lands gently on the stone gargoyle's hand. Chronomancy activated. Body acceleration, level 1. He instantly reaches above the stone gargoyle, raising his sword high. So this is your core! Then, with all his strength, he thrusts down hard, straight into the core inside. Immediately, cracks spread across the stone gargoyle's head. Its core emits brilliant light. The next second, it explodes. Without its core, the stone gargoyle crumbles like building blocks. Adventurer Haruto level increased by 4. Swordsman skills increased by 8%. 45,800 points acquired. Believe me now? Next, he prepares to leave the dungeon. Today is the day Shinonome gets killed by a monster. If we hurry, there's still time. Hearing this, Haruto stops in his tracks. He can't believe his ears. What did you say? Your childhood friend Shinonome is currently clearing a D-rank dungeon with her teammates. But the outcome is that she gets killed by the boss there. So, do you want to change the future? On May 23rd, 2054, in the deepest part of the D-rank dungeon, a C-rank boss that shouldn't be there appears. This results in Shinonome's entire team being wiped out. Damn it! Why didn't you tell me something this important earlier? If I told you earlier, it might have affected your completion of the hidden quest. If you couldn't become a chronommancer, nothing else would matter. Soon, Haruto arrives at a D-rank dungeon. However, monsters block his path. A group of goblin hunters. Haruto is quickly surrounded. The moment I appeared, this world began quietly changing. The future is no longer fixed. Everything depends on your decisions. Follow your heart. Make sure you have no regrets. That's the answer I want. In the deepest part of the dungeon, a massive explosion echoes. A familiar figure flies out from the smoke, crashing straight to the ground. It's Haruto's childhood friend Shinonome. Her teammates panic. This thing is too strong. We're no match for it. C-rank superboss, Dark Sentinel. What do we do now? We sent the distress signal, but there's still no response. Everyone stay calm. If we go all out with everything we have, we still have a chance. But someone has already lost their nerve. No! I don't want to die! At this moment, the Dark Sentinel raises its sword again. In an instant, everyone is taken down by this single strike. Just then, Shinonome, who had just been unconscious, wakes up and sits up. The scene before her is unbelievable. All her teammates are lying on the ground, severely injured. Shinonome uses her staff to slowly stand. Furiously, she launches fire magic at the Dark Sentinel, but it has no effect whatsoever. Soon, the Dark Sentinel's counterattack comes. Shinonome watches in terror. Someone save me! Chronomancy activated. Time stop! The boss's attack freezes in midair, and Haruto suddenly appears before her. Shinonome! Are you okay? Get back. Leave this to me. The time stop effect ends quickly. The next second, the Dark Sentinel's frozen attack comes down again. Haruto quickly jumps away. Now's my chance. Damn, the shell is so hard. Oh no! At this moment, the skull in the Dark Sentinel's hand begins gathering dark energy. Realizing this, he immediately activates chronomancy, body acceleration. Haruto instantly appears behind the enemy. An ordinary sword can't pierce its armor. I'll have to bypass the shell and attack the body directly. Then I'll aim for the gap in the skull it's holding. Haruto immediately raises his broken sword and thrusts toward the Dark Sentinel. Time rewind! The broken sword slowly repairs itself. Meanwhile, the Dark Sentinel raises its skull once more, aiming at Haruto. Just as it's about to fire, the sword pierces through the gap. One strike completely penetrates it. The Dark Sentinel quickly loses all signs of life. Shinonomi's fate has been successfully rewritten. Are you really Haruto? Thank you for saving me and my teammates. But can you explain? You don't have any magical power, do you? How can you possibly be this strong now? However, to minimize future troubles, I can't casually reveal chronomancy to others. I have no choice but to make up a story. I've actually been undergoing special sword training. Since it's not complete yet, I can't tell anyone else about it. Can you keep this secret for me? Unexpectedly, after learning this is a secret that only the two of them know, she happily agrees not to tell anyone else. The next day, Haruto studies in the classroom as usual, but even if he doesn't look for trouble, trouble finds him. Come outside. We need to talk to you. I heard you went to that dungeon yesterday and encountered a super boss. Everyone got severely injured. The jinx lives up to his name. Bad luck follows you everywhere. Oh, and my friend was among them, sent to the hospital. The medical bills were huge, so shouldn't you compensate us? But all they get is Haruto's silence. Seeing this, they become furious. Looks like you want to eat a fireball. How annoying. Don't you think you're disgusting? Scum. Instantly enraged, they raise their fists and attack. Chronomancy, body acceleration. He instantly strikes each of them. What the hell just happened? Don't come near me again, or don't blame me if you lose something. Consider that our agreement. Please, you scum. They're instantly terrified, trembling. They shouldn't bother me again. Better get back to class quickly. Soon, today's magic class begins. We'll now begin this semester's magic power test. First, Haruto, please come up. In previous tests, my magic power always showed 0, but now I've become a chronomancer. What changes will occur? Haruto places his hand on the magic power testing device. Chronomancy flows through his body. The testing mirror immediately emits dazzling light. The teacher is utterly shocked by this sight. But the next second, a sharp shattering sound rings out. The magic power testing device shatters. This is bad. I didn't want to attract too much attention. Did you hear? The jinx actually broke the magic power testing device. Investigation revealed it was caused by some unknown magical power. That's impossible! If that's true, doesn't that mean he's a rank or higher? Hearing the gossip around him, Haruto feels helpless. Just as he wants to leave quickly, he suddenly hears someone calling him. After looking around, he discovers the voice is coming from below his feet. What is this thing? It's me, your future self. This is a type of chronomancy that lets me possess stuffed toys. I'm starting to suspect everything you say is a lie. How could my future self possibly have this weird hobby? Jokes aside, there's an emergency I need to tell you about. The Chaos Dragon will appear soon, even earlier than in the original imaginal future. Its arrival will destroy everything here. You must find a way to defeat it, or this greatest disaster in history will repeat itself. If that's the case, we need to notify the Adventurers Guild immediately and request a team to subjugate it. I believe with enough preparation, we can win even against the Chaos Dragon. But unfortunately, there's no time. At this moment, a massive shadow appears on the ground. Haruto looks up in confusion. A massive Chaos Dragon covers half the sky. You want me to fight this thing? Are you sure you're not joking? Not fight it. Defeat it. The Chaos Dragon flies right past them, speeding forward. Oh no, that's the direction of the academy! It's peak dismissal time right now. We need to get everyone to safety! At the entrance of the school building, a group of students are chatting and laughing. But the next second, the Chaos Dragon blocks out the sky. The students below watch this scene in disbelief. At this moment, the Chaos Dragon notices the crowd below and rapidly dives down. Everyone panics and scatters in all directions. Everyone, prepare for battle. Student council members immediately step forward, preparing to engage the Chaos Dragon in the sky. 5 of them simultaneously use attack magic. Magic missiles blast toward the sky together. We can't let it near our campus. The leader raises their magic staff, continuously chanting magic spells. A massive magic circle forms above the Chaos Dragon's head. The next second, a massive explosion echoes across the entire campus. We did it, just as easy as I calculated. But the next second, she looks at the sky in horror. It's completely unharmed, and we seem to have angered it. The Chaos Dragon's mouth begins gathering energy. How is this possible? After the smoke clears, all student council members are lying on the ground. Just one strike. This monster is terrifying. That's normal. Even though they're all talented, they're still just students. Now it's up to you. Saying this, it splashes an unknown liquid on Haruto's face. This is Dragon Lure Essence, a scent that attracts dragons. Dragons are fierce migratory creatures with low intelligence. We can use this to make it attack only you. The rest is up to you. Good luck, my past self. Show it the true power of a chronommancer. The next second, the Chaos Dragon dives down. Haruto immediately starts running. I need to lure it to a place with no people. Then chronomancy activates body acceleration. He quickly reaches Nakano railway station. Haruto climbs over a nearby fence. While the Chaos Dragon hasn't caught up yet, quickly discuss the strategy. The Chaos Dragon has dark attributes. Its dragon breath is extremely powerful. Direct confrontation usually means instant death. The miasma floating around it has negative debuff effects, and it has strong physical resistance. Normal attacks won't work on it. Fortunately, it's currently just a young dragon, so you still have a chance to defeat it. The most important reason I want you to defeat it is that it will drop a skill cube. You'll acquire a new chronomancy skill, and this young dragon's weakness is the core in its chest. At this moment, the Chaos Dragon catches up. Haruto immediately jumps away to dodge the attack. That was close! Now, chronomancy time rewind! Haruto instantly returns to his position 0.5 seconds ago, then leaps high, jumping in front of the Chaos Dragon. This is the Dragon Core. I've got you! He raises his sword to strike, but the instant he hits, the Chaos Dragon transforms into countless dark shadows and disperses. What's going on? The Chaos Dragon can transform its entire body into miasma, so be careful when attacking. Also, it can materialize the miasma. Why didn't you mention such important information earlier? At this moment, a dragon's roar rings out. The surrounding miasma instantly transforms into small dragon shapes. This many is going to be trouble. Can you tell me why the Chaos Dragon appeared 5 years early? This is the result of changing the future. The timeline has shifted. At this moment, the miasma dragons attack. Fortunately, miasma dragons that are killed disappear completely. I can still handle this many. After a flurry of slashing, he finally eliminates all the miasma dragons. But at this moment, the Chaos Dragon's true form appears. A dragon breath blasts toward him. Just as Haruto feels relieved, he dodged it. Another dragon breath immediately follows. You damn dragon! Not again. This won't work. Eliminating those miasma dragons drained a lot of energy. I'm almost at my limit now. I need to destroy its core immediately. But at this moment, the Chaos Dragon pulls back. It's beyond my attack range. Damn it, what do I do now? At this moment, Haruto looks at his surroundings. Got it! I'm borrowing you! Saying this, he grabs his future self beside him. He maneuvers around the railway station, finally reaching the highest level. But the height still isn't enough. Haruto throws his future self forcefully into the air. Chronomancy activated time stop. His future self is instantly frozen in midair. Using it as a stepping stone, Haruto performs a double jump in midair, heading straight for the Chaos Dragon. At this moment, the Chaos Dragon tries to transform into miasma and escape. Don't even think about it! Time stop! Countless chains appear in the void. The Chaos Dragon is instantly frozen. Even though I can only stop you for 1 or 2 seconds, that's enough for me. Goodbye, you cursed dragon. From the smoke, Haruto slowly walks out holding his broken sword. Congratulations on defeating the Chaos Dragon. Level increased by 15%. Knowledge skills increased by 28 points. 872,300 points acquired. Material acquired, Chaos Dragon Fang. Hidden skill chronomancy increased by 20%. Time rewind upgraded to level 2. Body acceleration upgraded to level 2. Haruto looks at his improved stats and skills with satisfaction. This major historical disaster has been successfully prevented. Objective complete. Before anyone shows up, we need to leave here quickly. Haruto then climbs over the fence and quickly disappears from the scene. He soon returns to his dorm. By the way, do you need to eat? Do I look like I can eat in this form? Almost forgot something important. Haruto stands up. He goes to the table and pours a glass of milk. Mom, Dad, I'm back. You won't make fun of me, will you? Of course not. After all, I'm your future self. I'll keep the matter about your sister confidential for now. I'll tell you when the time is right. Right now, the most important thing is improving doubling your strength. Your sword was completely destroyed in the previous battle. We can use the spoils we just got, the Chaos Dragon Fang, to forge you a brand new weapon. The next day, Haruto arrives at the Adventurers Guild. I used to think this place had nothing to do with a weak little adventurer like me. That's all thanks to me making everything possible. Arriving at the service hall, Haruto immediately finds the receptionist. I just cleared a dungeon, so I'd like you to check for me. He then hands over his adventurer card. The receptionist immediately takes the card. She places it on the scanner. Please place your hand on the scanner to confirm your identity. Haruto then places his hand on it. Level updated. Adventurer rank increased from E rank to C rank. Please process promotion procedures. The receptionist looks at the information in disbelief. In just one day, he went from level 1 to C rank. Her reaction immediately draws the attention of people around. This won't do. I don't want to stand out too much. Chronomancy. Time rewind. The information on the screen instantly reverts to adventurer rank E. The receptionist can't believe her eyes. Did I just see things? After taking back his card, Haruto quickly leaves. Following the guidance, Haruto soon reaches the upper floors of the building. This is a place that requires A rank to enter. Don't worry, I'm here. It instantly transforms back into the black envelope. Just place me on the scanner. After entering, he finds it's a spacious area. Let's begin then. Let's synthesize a weapon suitable for a chronomancer. There's only one researcher in this place. Hello, I'm Nariyama, director of this research facility. There shouldn't be any scheduled visits today. I'm not here to visit. I'm here to synthesize a weapon. Hard to imagine you're an A rank or higher adventurer. You look like an F district student no matter how I look at you. But the security system doesn't lie. So, what weapon do you want to synthesize? Haruto immediately shows him the Chaos Dragon Fang. This is material dropped from a high-level monster. I want to use it as material to enhance my weapon. After confirming the material is legitimate, he presses a switch on his watch. A hole suddenly opens in the floor. A cylindrical device rises from it. This is the most advanced synthesis device available. Since the material Haruto brought hasn't been recorded in the guild database yet, this weapon synthesis can be done for free. It will be added to the database afterward. Haruto immediately approaches the device and opens the information panel. Weapon synthesis has 4 steps in total. First, you need to select which weapon you'll use as the foundation for the synthesis process. For you, the only weapon you have right now is that broken sword at your waist. Second, you need to decide what attributes to give the weapon. The number of attributes is determined by its level, and your sword is the lowest grade, with only 1 attribute slot. Third is the material you'll use for enhancement. Materials come in many types. Some are minerals or monster bones. Sometimes even 2 swords can be synthesized together, and the material we'll use is the Chaos Dragon Fang. Fourth, the final forging time. Different forging times will produce different results. Following the steps, Haruto places his weapon inside. Please select the element you want to add. Haruto decisively selects light element. Then he places the Chaos Dragon material inside. At this moment, his future self suddenly requests the forging time be set to 3 years. Although confused about this, Haruto ultimately trusts that his future self won't deceive him. He sets the forging time to 3 years. At this moment, his future self flies out and inserts itself directly into a gap in the device. The next second, chronomancy activates. A massive surge of chronomantic power erupts from the device. Weapon synthesis complete. Chaos sword. Light attribute. A rank. Haruto picks up the longsword in surprise. It's done already? The director standing beside him is even more incredulous. How is this possible? The display clearly showed 3 years, yet it was forged in just a few seconds. What's going on? Haruto stores the chaos sword in his spatial inventory, then immediately leaves. However, when he reaches the building entrance, he hears many people discussing yesterday's news. Did you hear? Yesterday, a giant dragon attacked our city, but was instantly killed by a mysterious boy. Now, all the major adventurers guilds are searching for this person, wanting to invite him to join them. Haruto, listening nearby, feels his head spinning. Better head home quickly. Now's not the time to rest. We need to hurry to the next destination. Next destination, Sacred Beast Cerberus. At this moment, Shinonome suddenly appears before me. Thank goodness you're alive. I sent you so many messages. Why didn't you reply to any of them? Do you know how worried I was? Turns out Haruto hasn't returned to school since slaying the Chaos Dragon. Sorry for making you worry. At this moment, Shinonome notices Komichi behind him. The future me. This is so adorable. Let me hold it. If you like it, I can lend it to you for a while. Really? I'll take good care of it. And just like that, to get rid of Shinonome, Komichi is ruthlessly abandoned by Haruto. The next day, Haruto quickly picks Komichi back up, while Komichi is still complaining about being left behind yesterday. Someone is quietly watching them from nearby. So this is the cursed one? Looks quite interesting. You'll be my next target. I hope you can bring me some entertainment. In the student council office, Vice President Sakurakoji is questioning Haruto. I heard that on the day of the Chaos Dragon attack, it was chasing you when it left. Can you tell me what happened afterwards? The monster changed targets midway, focusing its attention on another student, then went somewhere. I really don't know who slayed that dragon. After questioning yields no results, Sakurakoji has no choice but to give up and let Haruto leave. Why would they suspect me? I think it's because of this. Komichi pulls out a tablet. Playing on it is the video of Haruto's battle with the Chaos Dragon. Though it didn't capture clear footage, you can tell from the uniform that it's a Magic Academy student. Haruto immediately feels helpless. Better keep a low profile lately. Just as Haruto arrives at the classroom, the atmosphere suddenly changes. Everyone stares at him with strange looks. Shinonome immediately rushes forward, telling Haruto to leave quickly. At this moment, a man walks up from behind. Hello. Hello, I'm Coryu, currently serving as student council president, the school's #1 ranked genius mage, which means I'm the strongest in this school. You must be Haruto. I challenge you to a magic duel. A muggle with 0 magic power suddenly one day breaks the magic measuring device. Some traces of unknown substances remained at the scene. Plus, the person in the chaos dragon slaying video is suspected to be you. You've successfully caught my interest. I love crushing buds in their cradle. That's why I'm challenging you to a duel. To be honest, I also single-handedly defeated a dragon. So let's duel and see who deserves the title of Dragon Slayer. Magic duels are a school-sanctioned special form of test conducted between students to measure and assess their actual combat abilities and rank them based on final results. Those ranked higher can enjoy certain privileges in school. The only rule of dueling is no magic that could cause death or permanent injury may be used. If the challenger is a lower-ranked mage, the higher-ranked one must accept, meaning lower-ranked ones can refuse. However, Coryu uses Shinonome to threaten Haruto. Since Shinonome plans to become a student council member next semester, she'll likely face difficulties from this president. Left with no choice, Haruto agrees to this duel, but I have one condition. The loser automatically withdraws from school. Do you dare agree? His magical talent is exceptionally outstanding. In the future, Coryu will become the president of the Adventurers Guild Shinjuku branch. He will invent many new fire magic spells, and thus become one of the 7 sages. However, behind the scenes, he's scum. He frequently uses his position to harm female mages under his command. That guy is so certain you're the Dragon Slayer, probably because students from his faction provided the intel. Currently, there's no way you can defeat him. Haruto. Adventurer level 15. Class Swordsman. Skills. Swordsman skills 31. Chronommancer skills 34. Main weapon Chaos Sword. Secondary weapon Dagger. Learned magic. Body acceleration level 2. Time stop. Time rewind level 2. At this moment, Komichi touches the information panel. Immediately, Koryu's information displays. The gap between them is 10 times. This instantly makes Haruto lose confidence. Is the gap really that huge? The most important thing now is to get stronger. There are 3 days until the duel. I know a labyrinth where you can gain massive experience and learn new chrono magic. Let's go. Crystal Labyrinth, B rank. Recommended adventurer level, 65. Are you sure you're not setting me up? There are way too many monsters here. Crystal monsters are densely packed everywhere around. Go for it. Don't let any experience escape. Saying this, Haruto charges into the monster horde with his sword. 1 hour later, in the deepest part of the labyrinth, an adventurer party is fighting monsters. However, facing the elite monsters here, their attacks have no effect whatsoever. Dark Crystal Knight, a monster made of rare metal with dark attributes. Since it's not a living organism, magical attacks are almost ineffective against it, and it also has strong physical resistance, just as the Dark Crystal Knight is about to kill the adventurer before it. After an explosion, the Dark Crystal Knight shatters into fragments and completely vanishes. You'd better leave here quickly. I'll draw their attention for you. After expressing their gratitude, the two quickly depart. Counting that one, you've already taken down 89. Yet you haven't even completed half the task. You need to speed up and finish them to level up. Come on, let's continue. However, with Haruto's current strength, facing so many Dark Crystal Knights is still quite difficult. But with the newly forged Chaos Sword infused with light element, he can completely contend with these monsters. I won't let a single one of these monsters escape. As Haruto continues grinding monsters, a different Crystal Knight charges out from the monster group. Dark Crystal Knight Captain. Stats considerably higher than regular Dark Crystal Knights. This monster is a boss-type creature. The two quickly engage in combat. Damn! Its strength is too great! Looks like I'll have to use this sword's special attribute. Immediately, purple energy emanates from the Chaos Sword. One slash, and its head is severed just like that. Just as Haruto is about to rest, the surrounding Crystal Knights attack again. The core and fundamental principles of chrono magic are different from conventional magic. It's not activated through magic power, but uses specific chrono particles to control the flow of time. So even a muggle without magic power like Haruto can activate it, and extreme conditions in combat are the most effective way to learn. Time stop. Countless temporal chains freeze all the Dark Crystal Knights in place. After flashing blades, all are eliminated. At this moment, new monsters appear behind him. Dark Crystal Mages, a group with extremely high magic damage. They begin gathering magic in their hands. Haruto immediately uses body acceleration magic to continuously dodge. Even in combat, stay aware of chrono particles at all times. However, the enemy's attacks are too dense to dodge. Just as the attacks are about to hit, chrono magic activates. Flow of time. Instantly, time around him slows down dozens of times. The next second, a massive explosion sounds. After the dust settles, Haruto has blocked all attacks with a magic shield on his left hand. Then raising his right hand, chrono particles gather in his palm. As more chrono particles accumulate, a terrifying beam blasts straight at the Dark Crystal Mages. One strike eliminates them all. Is this the power of flow of time? Yes, you're doing well. I didn't expect you to master it so quickly. You even managed to use Chrono Blast. After a fierce battle, Haruto eliminates all the Dark Crystal Knights. Countless level up notifications sound. Where's our next target? In the deepest part of the Crystal Labyrinth, a terrifying monster stands. The B-rank labyrinth's boss, Sacred Beast Cerberus. this. Soon he arrives at the boss room. However, at this moment, his head starts aching. Turns out, this is the negative effect of continuously using chrono magic. Rest is necessary to recover. However, he has no intention of giving up. He resolutely pushes open the boss room door. A terrifying monster stands in the depths of the room. The B-rank labyrinth's boss, Sacred Beast Cerberus. This boss has a sense of dignity not found in other monsters, possessing a warrior's spirit. The boss doesn't intend to attack immediately. Here, drink this. Don't worry about it. Its warrior spirit won't allow it to sneak attack. Seeing this, Haruto immediately drinks the recovery potion. Instantly feels much better. Seeing this, the boss immediately launches its attack. While dodging, Haruto notices an old wound on the boss's abdomen. However, the next second, all three heads attack simultaneously. Haruto doesn't have time to dodge, only able to block with the Chaos Sword, but can only block the middle head. With no choice, Haruto releases the long sword and immediately jumps to evade. Unexpectedly, one of the heads opens its mouth, preparing to fire an energy blast. At the critical moment, Haruto forcefully twists his body in midair, dodging the blast. At this moment, the old wound on its abdomen is exposed. He immediately raises his fist using chrono power and delivers a heavy blow to the scar. Komichi is surprised by this strike. You're not attacking, you're healing its wound. The wound is rapidly healing. Let's have a fair and honorable duel. Facing the challenge, the boss immediately tosses the Chaos Sword back. Thank you for returning it, but I don't need it. Come on, let's continue. The next second, both engage in combat again. At this moment, Haruto flashes beneath the boss, launching a fierce attack at the boss. I must defeat you before I collapse. However, that attack isn't enough to bring down the boss. Sharp claws await him. I can't lose yet, I've won! Just like that, the boss is defeated by my full power strike. Haruto's body has reached its limit. His consciousness gradually fades. B-rank crystal labyrinth cleared. After who knows how long, Haruto slowly awakens. Congratulations, you succeeded. Hearing this, Haruto immediately sits up to check his gains. Your level increased by 20. You obtain the chronomancer's robe. Just as he's about to take it out and try it on, a figure suddenly appears behind him. Unexpectedly, it's the boss from just now. Why is it still here? And it looks strange. Why did it suddenly become docile? What's wrong with them? It likes you very much. I didn't expect you'd be this lucky. You've earned its recognition. It's willing to become your summoned beast. Just feed it your blood and you'll form a contract. Hearing this, Haruto immediately bites his finger, dripping blood into the boss's mouth. Contract successfully formed with Sacred Beast Cerberus. From now on, you can summon it anytime. After he returns to campus, he becomes everyone's focus. Look, that guy's the cursed one. I heard he's dueling President Coryu. He's really overestimating himself. Haruto ignores all the gossip around him. At this moment, Shinonome spots him. She immediately rushes over, asking where he went and why he's covered in injuries. I just did some special training for the duel. Don't worry, I'm ready now. I can definitely win. At this moment, not far away, President Coryu is secretly observing. I thought you'd already run away. I'm getting more and more excited about our duel. Soon the duel time arrives. Haruto is preparing to head to the dueling arena, but a group of people blocks his way. You're not qualified to duel President Coryu. At this moment, another group surrounds him from behind, giving no chance to escape. Just as Komichi said, that guy loves using despicable tactics. I can't wait to beat him down now. You bastard, are you looking down on us? Everyone, get him. They charge with raised swords. However, the next second, Haruto slams them hard to the ground, instantly silencing everyone present. Meanwhile, at the dueling arena, spectators fill the seats. Coryu is already waiting on stage. What dragon slayer? Nothing but a coward. Looks like he's too scared to show up. What a waste of my time. Referee, you agree that if he doesn't show up in the next minute, I win by default, right? That's certain. Students around him start sucking up. Just when everyone thinks it's over, Haruto finally arrives. President Coryu is shocked. How are you here? What's so surprising? None of your lackeys could fight. Let's begin the duel. Referee over there, you can announce the start. Third year class A's Coryu versus second year class F's Haruto. The duel officially begins. I don't know how you did it, but there's no way you can beat me. I'll give it my all and show you the gap in our strength. As he speaks, countless flames swirl around him. Koryu's aura surges instantly. Let's begin. Are you ready for what's coming? This is his signature Inferno sigil, opening with a high-level magic spell. The next second, countless fireballs shoot out. Don't say I didn't warn you. Getting hit by these could kill you. The fireballs disrupt time's flow as they advance. I can see the fireballs' past positions in the turbulence and their future trajectories. Haruto simply sidesteps lightly to dodge, then walks freely among the barrage of fireballs. That's impossible! You dodge them all? Don't celebrate too soon! The next second, sparks suddenly erupt beneath Haruto's feet. Oh no, it's a trap! He immediately leaps high. A massive fire tornado erupts where he just stood. You even dodged my two-stage trap! Koryu starts to panic, but it's too late. Haruto in midair immediately launches his attack. Chrono Blast Fire! Hit by this strike, Koryu instantly loses consciousness. People around are shocked. The president actually lost. Only Shinonome is beaming. I knew he could do it. Just when everyone thinks President Koryu has lost, he actually stands up again. Didn't you just say you'd give it your all? How did you fall from one hit? Hearing this, President Koryu is furious. You bastard! I'll kill you! He raises his flaming fist to attack. This is the Fire Magic Scorching Fist. In close combat, the attack temperature reaches 3,000 degrees Celsius. However, Haruto catches his fist with his palm. Seeing this, Koryu is thrilled. Fool! This skill ignites anything it touches. But not only is Haruto fine, his own flames are being taken away. Koryu is terrified. Won't this punch finish me? Your flames are nothing more than this. Koryu quickly distances himself in fear. You trash will never beat me. He then signals to his companions behind him. So those behind immediately begin channeling their magic power, continuously transferring transferring magic power to Coryu, instantly amplifying his magic several times. Only he would do something that violates duel rules like this. Kid, this is just the beginning. Let me show you my true power. The next second, his entire body erupts in flames. His body structure transforms. Flame transformation! A dazzling light blazes, followed by a massive pillar of fire erupting. A massive figure emerges from the flames. Demonic flame avatar. A flame demon walks forth. This is allowed? Looks a bit tough to handle. The next second, the flame demon spews massive flames from its mouth. Haruto immediately jumps sideways to dodge, then launches a chronoblast at it. However, it has no effect at all. Massive flaming hands sprout all over the flame demon's body, coming at Haruto. Haruto immediately retreats to evade. However, he's cornered. Countless flaming hands immediately surround him. At this moment, he seems to see the problem, like it's about to be torn apart in the flow of time. Maybe I can make this crack split completely. Komichi, come out! Let me use the plush toy again! Then Komichi flies out from the envelope. Haruto immediately picks up Komichi and tosses it into the air, then uses time magic to freeze it in place, then steps on Komichi to leap high, jumping onto the flame demon's head. The target is right here! He raises the longsword and strikes down heavily, directly splitting it in two. It then disperses into smoke, revealing Koryu's figure. Why? What's going on? As long as there's magic power, my flame giant should regenerate infinitely. What did you do to me? Looking at the disheveled Coryu, Haruto delivers a punch. Just lie down nicely. Then turns to the referee and says, "You can announce the result now, right? The victor is Haruto." To celebrate Haruto's victory over the student council president, Shinonome invites all their friends to throw him a celebration party. Everyone now admires Haruto greatly. As Shinonome's close friends, they all see that their relationship is special, so they all start trying to set them up. Haruto helplessly makes an excuse and leaves. Watching Haruto leave, Shinonome remembers their childhood. He's always protected me since we were young. Behind him, there's always an inexplicable sense of security. Even now, whenever I'm in danger, he always appears in time. I hope it can always be like this. The scene shifts to the bathroom. Haruto recalls the scene of his family dining together. That was the happiest time buried deep in his heart. At this moment, Komichi finds him again. "It's time to tell you the truth about why I came here. Listen, past Haruto. Our sister, the one who supposedly died, is actually still alive." Hearing this, Haruto freezes. "What did you say?" "Leah clearly died in that plane crash. She didn't die, she's just not in this world you're in. You must prepare immediately. We're going to save her." Leah used to be around Haruto every day. Such a cute and innocent little girl. "I knitted this scarf with my own hands. I'm giving you this Christmas present early. I hope you'll like it. Tomorrow is Christmas. Leah is going to perform in a ballet show. Wait for me to come back and I'll give you a big present." However, the next day's farewell became eternal. His sister and parents never came back. When he snaps out of the memory, Haruto has already returned home. On the shoe cabinet ahead sits a family photo and the red scarf his sister last gave him. At this moment, Komichi beside him speaks. "You'd better get your condition ready. This mission can only succeed, not fail. That plane crash has long exceeded current scientific understanding. What they actually encountered was a spatial rift. A spatial rift is a passage connecting two worlds. Even in the future, we can't accurately predict when they appear. Once a spatial rift appears, the surrounding gravitational field is disturbed. At that time, the plane they were on just passed by it. Due to the sudden change in the gravitational field, the plane disintegrated. The reason Leah's body was never found is because she was sucked into a temporal cavity. The place she went to is called the dimensional rift. The way time flows there and the definition of space are different from our world. Even though many years have passed in this world, to her it's just a fleeting moment. And when that spatial rift opens again, Leah will have a chance to return to this world. This is the main reason I came here. To train you, to make you grow quickly enough to have the strength to save our sister. I couldn't do it before. Please, I'm begging you, past me, you must save Leah. And the next time the spatial rift appears will be above the tower, at the top of the Sky Castle Labyrinth. The scene shifts to the city tower the next day. Haruto arrives wearing the scarf his sister gave him. The entrance to the Sky Castle Labyrinth is on the observation deck above, and the spatial rift will appear in 2004 hours, 300 meters above the Sky Castle's top floor. Leah will return to this world. If you don't get there in time, she'll fall from the sky to her death. Understanding everything, Haruto immediately changes into his battle gear. I will definitely bring her home safely. When he approaches the city tower, he finds it swarming with guards. Only A rank and above adventurers are allowed entry. With no choice, Haruto pretends to leave, then sneaks in from a deserted corner, successfully reaching the outer edge of the observation deck. When he looks inside, he discovers the team leader is actually Kurogane. This guy is very troublesome and extremely rigid. Better not have too much contact with him. In the center of the observation deck is the entrance to the Sky Castle. Haruto seizes the opportunity to knock out a guard, then changes into his uniform, successfully infiltrating Kurogane's squad. "Report, Captain! We just discovered an intruder. They're very powerful. Our men might not be able to contain them." Hearing this, Kurogane decides to personally lead a team to suppress the intruder. Seeing everyone leave, Haruto removes his helmet. "Now it's just us here. Hurry up and prepare to enter." He walks through the Sky Castle's gate. However, the moment he opens his eyes again, he finds himself stepping on blue sky and white clouds, with the city he's always lived in above his head. The entire world is inverted. This Sky Castle is actually the inverted city. Walking down equals walking up, so it's also called a dungeon. And most of the monsters here are undead. Therefore, when forging the Chaos Sword, Komichi specifically added light element to it. Everything was for this moment. As Haruto rapidly advances, an undead creature appears before him. However, Haruto instantly kills kills it with just one sword strike. Listen well, past Haruto. In the future world, this dungeon labyrinth disappeared shortly after appearing. Therefore, no one has cleared it. I only know partial intel about this place. The Sky Castle has 100 floors total. Every 20 floors, a powerful boss appears. That means in the remaining 20 hours, you must defeat 5 unknown bosses. Just as Haruto plans to finish quickly, a massive horde of zombies suddenly appears ahead, densely packed as far as the eye can see. Isn't this number a bit excessive? Facing so many monsters, Haruto is instantly surrounded, soon swallowed in this sea of corpses. Just when the monsters think their prey has been eliminated, a massive sound explodes from within the horde. A sharp eye appears in the smoke. Turns out, Haruto has summoned Sacred Beast Cerberus. We must hurry. Then Haruto rides Cerberus, slaughtering his way through. Just like that, he quickly reaches the 20th floor. This is a spacious room with a mass of black fog floating in the air. Seeing this, Haruto dismisses Cerberus. At this moment, the monster in the black fog gradually reveals itself. A carriage slowly flies out, soon landing in the center of the room. 3 monsters emerge from the carriage: the fallen noble family, young master, young lady, and family head. 1 against 3? This is a bit troublesome. The 3 vampires give Haruto a greeting bow, then simultaneously attack. Skill activation, Chronos Eye! Haruto immediately sees their future temporal trajectories, then pulls out multiple copper blades from his spatial inventory, shooting them at the vampire young master. Facing this trivial attack, he sneers and raises his blood sword, swinging at Haruto. While dodging this strike, Haruto pulls out several more copper blades and shoots them directly at the vampire young lady, then slashes with his sword and distances himself. Finally, the vampire family head. An arrow strikes his chest. However, Haruto is hit by his weapon, sent flying heavily. All of this was planned by Haruto using Chronos Eye. Now it's time to end the battle. As his magic activates, the blades inserted into the vampires' bodies begin to mutate. The next second, violent explosions occur. Though this move is very effective, it's really expensive. Just when they think it's over, the vampires transform into wraiths and fly out from the smoke. As expected, without light attribute damage, they can't be completely eliminated. Let me send you on your final journey. Sword technique, Chaos Meteor. With Haruto's devastating sword strike, 3 boss-level undead are obliterated. Successfully defeated the fallen noble family. Adventurer Haruto, level increased by 5%. Swordsman skill increased by 8 levels. Gained 2,283,120 points. As the kill notification sounds, a stairway leading to the next floor appears before Haruto. Leah, wait for me. I will definitely come save you. As for the boss on the 40th floor, he summons the Sacred Beast Cerberus to tear it apart. Haruto is quite satisfied with the Sacred Beast Cerberus's performance. Now only 3 bosses remain. When he reaches the 50th floor, Komichi reminds Haruto to stop. Use your Chronos Eye to look at the walls here. As Haruto looks, he's shocked to discover there's actually a hidden room on the other side of the wall. So Komichi once again transforms himself into a black envelope. Just like last time, he inserts it into the crack in the wall. The passage opens. Haruto turns and orders the Sacred Beast Cerberus to wait here. Then he walks into this hidden room himself. In the center of the room stands a massive crystal, Akashic crystal. It can unlock dormant skills within those who touch it. As Haruto gently places his palm on it, the next second, the massive crystal shatters. Acquired space-time magic, gravity bomb, phantom replay, body acceleration level 3, time stasis level 2, potential release 75%. I didn't expect to unlock phantom replay at this point. Haruto is quite puzzled about what this skill does. You'll experience it yourself in actual combat soon enough. Soon they reach the 60th floor boss area, one of the 5 lords, Beelzebub. Beelzebub is associated with flies. He's also called the Lord of Flies. Komichi immediately shares the information he knows. This guy excels at flying and releases corrosive liquid. He also has some regenerative ability. Most importantly, he stinks. However, just as Haruto wants to ask about other intel, the Lord of Flies attacks swiftly with his sharp mouthparts. Unexpectedly, our protagonist Haruto is directly pierced by the enemy, yet not a drop of blood flows from the wound. Space-time magic phantom replay. Turns out what was just pierced was merely Haruto's phantom. The real body has already pulled back. What a disgusting lord. Seeing this, the Lord of Flies attacks again. Space-time magic, body acceleration level 3. Just as the enemy's mouthparts are about to strike, Haruto uses acceleration magic to instantly appear behind the Lord of Flies. Space-time magic, phantom replay. Immediately, numerous phantom copies appear in the field, running back and forth around the Lord of Flies. Then Haruto draws the Chaos Sword. Following the countless phantoms, they all close in on the Lord of Flies. Seeing this, the Lord of Flies immediately spits massive amounts of poison in all directions. However, he only hits phantom copies, while the real body, using the phantoms as cover, successfully reaches the enemy. Skill Chaos Meteor! Countless sword lights pierce through the Lord of Flies' body, successfully eliminating him. Your multiple shadow clones are pretty good. You could become a ninja in the Leaf Village. At this moment, the stairway to the next floor appears. However, just as Haruto prepares to continue, a piercing pain suddenly shoots through his head. Then he collapses onto the floor. No matter how Komichi calls out, there's no response. I had a very, very long dream. In the dream, Leah hadn't been in the plane crash yet. She was practicing hard for her ballet dream. To support her dream, I took out all my allowance to pay for her tuition. Unexpectedly, Leah discovered this. Thank you so much, Haruto. Let's hurry home for dinner. Today, I'm going to make a delicious dish with my own hands. When Haruto wakes from the dream, he finds himself lying on the sacred beast Cerberus. You're finally awake. You collapsed from exhausting too much stamina. Even high-grade healing potions can only heal physical wounds. They can't eliminate mental fatigue. We don't have much time left. Only 5 hours remain until the spatial rift opens. Hearing this, Haruto immediately stands up. Let's go. We must speed up. 2 lords still remain, but in Haruto's current state, he probably can't hold out until then. It seems the final measure must be used. The scene shifts to the 80th floor of the Sky Castle. One of the 5 lords, the Mummy Corrosion King. Haruto raises his palm and activates space-time magic, Gravity Bomb. Immediately, a terrifying gravity field explodes on the mummy. Defeated the mummy. Adventurer Haruto, level increased by 2. Swordsman skill increased by 4 levels. Gain 3,561,110 points. At this moment, Haruto is extremely exhausted. Even using healing potions has little effect. Komichi quickly urges him to rest for a while. However, with only 3 hours left, there's no time to waste. Let's keep going. Soon they reach the highest floor of the Sky Castle. So this is where the final boss is? If we defeat it, we can reach the location where the space-time rift appears. Let's go. Let's take him down together. In the vast room, there's only a throne, and seated on the throne is a powerful skeleton. The Sky Castle's final boss, Underworld King, God of the Underworld, Soul Reaper. Seeing the monster before them, Komichi is quite surprised. This lord doesn't exist at all in my world's database. The Underworld King gazes coldly at the intruder. I didn't expect a human to actually reach me. Humans who only know how to move in groups, yet one dares come here alone. This is worthy of praise. I am the Underworld King. Any creature that dares step into this place, I will kill with my strongest curse. Komichi immediately recognizes the enemy's weapon. This weapon has appeared in the database. The cursed Death Scythe, a magic staff for high-level illusions. It continuously causes abnormal mental changes. It's an extremely dangerous weapon. However, Haruto doesn't really care. It doesn't matter anymore. We must finish this quickly. Space-time magic Chronos Eye. He immediately locates the weak point on the enemy's chest. Space-time magic body acceleration. He rushes quickly toward the enemy. However, the Underworld King still catches the speed. He raises the Death Scythe and swings it at Haruto. The terrifying power directly blasts open the entire floor. Haruto jumps to the ceiling, dodging the strike. Then he throws a dagger at the enemy, but it's blocked by the Death Scythe. The Underworld King then leaps high, instantly appearing before Haruto. A sword strike directly hits his body. However, what was hit is Haruto's phantom. The real body has already circled behind the Underworld King. Space-time magic, time stasis. Several space-time chains immediately lock him in midair. However, just as I'm about to deliver a fatal blow, the Underworld King actually moves. Such curses have no effect on deities. As he finishes speaking, the space-time chains are shattered. As the last chain breaks, the Underworld King turns and attacks me. At this critical moment, I bend down just in time to dodge this strike. Then I quickly return to the ground. Unbelievable that you can dodge the Death Scythe twice, but you're merely an inferior being who's a bit faster. Let me first cripple that speed you're so proud of. Magic Cursed Dimension. The next second, Haruto feels the space around him change. The direction of gravity reverses. He's now standing directly on the ceiling. At this moment, both sides are looking at each other upside down. Just as I'm wondering what the enemy wants to do, the floor suddenly collapses. Caught off guard, I fall directly through the collapsed section. Damn bastard! I worked so hard to reach the 100th floor. What's worse, the Underworld King attacks again. Let's see where you run now. In this critical moment, Haruto directly retrieves the copper blade from his storage. He throws it directly at the Underworld King. The moment it contacts the Death Scythe, he detonates it. The explosion's shockwave slams him into the wall behind. Seeing this, Haruto immediately stabs the Chaos Sword into the wall. This barely stabilizes him, preventing a fall into the abyss. When he looks around, he finds this area very strange. This situation completely defies real-world physics. This is most likely an illusion created by that guy. It's very likely a curse cast on me back then. However, even knowing it's an illusion, there's no way to dispel it. Just as Haruto is still thinking of a countermeasure, the Underworld King attacks again. He opens his mouth. He spits massive amounts of red substance in Haruto's direction. Although Haruto dodges quickly, his ankle still inadvertently touches it. The touched area begins slowly corroding his entire leg. This is my latest curse technique, Wraith's Resentment. It will continuously corrode your body until death. I wonder if you'll die first under my Death Scythe, or ultimately be consumed by the resentment. Farewell, lonely human. The Underworld King raises his scythe and charges. Damn it! Is this really how it ends? Leah, please forgive your incompetent brother. At this moment, Haruto is filled with despair. Facing this crisis, he has no solution. However, just as the Death Scythe swings down, space-time magic, time stop level 78. The suddenly appearing space-time magic freezes the Underworld King in midair. Haruto looks in disbelief at the caster before him. It's actually his future self, Komichi. This is my final measure. Countless dazzling dazzling beams of light shoot from Komichi's body. His body begins showing cracks. The next second, he shatters into fragments and explodes. Haruto watches this scene in disbelief. A man in a black cloak stands before him. Let's start over from the beginning. Space-time magic, universal rewind. Immediately, the resentment on Haruto's body begins fading away. Seeing the scene before him, Haruto is quite surprised. Did time flow backward? However, the time reversal continues. He and the surrounding stones all begin rapidly ascending. Time is rewinding at an accelerated pace. The originally shattered floor is restored in the blink of an eye. Everything returns to its original state. It's been too long since I've changed back. I almost forgot my original appearance. At this moment, the Underworld King is quite confused. What just happened? How was the illusion I cast dispelled? And why is there suddenly an extra human? But even so, the outcome won't change. Appear, my most perfect curse experiment! The next second, massive amounts of red substance surge from behind him. Then numerous monsters emerge from it. You sinful humans! Accept divine punishment from the Underworld King! I didn't expect this monster to be so powerful. He casually summons such a massive monster army, and they're all a rank level. Past Haruto, how long are you gonna sit there? Stand up. I'll handle these minions. You attack the Underworld King's main body. Based on the current situation, this guy should be god tier. His power is stronger than I predicted. But don't worry, having learned space-time magic, you can definitely defeat him, because you are me. Hearing these words, Haruto slowly stands up. I understand. Let's show him the power of past and future colliding. The Underworld King suddenly orders, my children, completely devour these two humans. Immediately, swarms of small monsters charge forward. Space-time magic, body acceleration, present and future Haruto charge in opposite directions. Komichi uses his swift form to draw most of the monsters away. Space-time magic, gravity bomb. He directly sends half the monsters to the afterlife. Then he summons dozens more gravity bombs and throws them into the monster horde. Bloom! The next second, a massive explosion erupts ahead. On the other side, Haruto is advancing rapidly. He doesn't care at all about the explosions behind him. Past Haruto, let me give you a hand. Space-time magic, acceleration field. The magic circle beneath his feet activates. In the blink of an eye, Haruto reaches the Underworld King. You wretched inferior being, go to hell! Magic curse dimension. A dimensional field instantly forms around him, attempting to pull Haruto into the illusion space again. However, the same trick no longer works on a chronommancer. Haruto instantly shatters the domain. He swings his sword at the Underworld King, but it's blocked by the enemy's death scythe. Sacrificial chaos meteor. One strike pierces through the Underworld King's kidney. Damn insect. Stop acting so arrogant before me. Skill curse blade. The sudden attack directly hits Haruto's body. Large amounts of blood flow out. Space-time magic phantom replay, using the phantom to disperse part of the damage. Then charging at the Underworld King again. Disappear. The next second, Haruto thrusts his sword into the enemy's heart. However, unexpectedly, the Underworld King bursts into laughter. You fell for it! I have no heart to begin with, so naturally there's no such weakness. He swings his blade at Haruto. Foolish human! The heart was merely a fake weakness I created, just to deceive you inferior beings. Now only one remains. Children, all of you attack and finish him off. Komichi can't believe Haruto died just like that. How can this be? If the heart isn't your weakness, then where is your real weakness? Weakness? Gods have no such thing. If I had to say, probably only the symbol of my existence, Hades' forbidden crown. Finished with your last words? Time to send you on your way. However, at this moment, Komichi shows a smile. Did you hear that? Loud and clear, Haruto suddenly appears behind the Underworld King. Surprised? Actually, what was just cut in half was my phantom. When you slashed my abdomen, didn't I use phantom replay right in front of you? The one charging at you then was actually my phantom. The real me was the one that fell. Hearing this, the Underworld King is shocked. Impossible! If the one that fell was your real body, you couldn't be completely fine like this. Being struck by my death scythe means certain death. That was indeed a fatal wound. Anyone else would be dead. Unfortunately for you, you encountered a chronomancer. I used time rewind magic to completely restore the wound. Hearing this, the Underworld King is furious and tries to resist. Space-time magic, time stasis level 78. Komichi's magic freezes him in midair again. Everything's ready. Cut off his head along with the crown. Let's end this long battle. The next second, Haruto decapitates him with one strike. Then he slices the head into fragments. With the Underworld King's defeat, the monsters he summoned also vanish. Defeated Underworld King Soul Reaper. Gained 124,356 experience points. Gained 35,635,343 points. Then, the stairway to the Sky Castle's highest point appears before us. Let's go up together. By the way, why didn't you come out to help me from the start? That way we could have gotten here faster. I said this was the final measure. I have my reasons. There's no time to chat now. Not much time remains until the space-time rift opens. When we reach the top floor, the sky overhead suddenly tears open. A spatial wormhole slowly expands from the center. A figure appears from within. It's Haruto's sister, Leah. Let's go up. Komichi uses levitation magic to fly up. However, Haruto can't fly at the moment. Sorry. Almost forgot. Space-time magic acceleration field. A stairway formed by magic circles appears before Haruto. Following the stairs, they rush rapidly upward. Soon, they reach the space-time rift. At this moment, Leah is floating within it. Leah, wake up! Under Haruto's continuous calls, Leah opens her hazy eyes. She vaguely sees Haruto anxiously calling to her. Leah, quickly come over here. Calm down. The interior of of the space-time rift isn't bound by this world's causal laws. Only space-time magic can work. I'll go inside and bring her out. Soon, Komichi reaches Leah's side. He begins gathering space-time magic. Then he activates space-time power toward Leah, slowly pushing her outward. Good, come toward me. However, at this critical moment, the space-time rift actually begins slowly closing. What's happening? Why is this happening? This is too strange. It shouldn't be time to close yet. The space-time rift is about to completely close. Just as Haruto is extremely anxious, the space-time rift bursts open again. Next, I'll use all my strength to hold the space-time rift open. You're responsible for pulling Leah out. Okay, I understand. Let's begin. With Komichi's full output, Leah is slowly approaching the exit. No mistakes are allowed. If the body doesn't completely exit the moment the rift closes, the consequences would be unthinkable. I know. I absolutely won't let anything happen to Leah. Right now. Quickly grab her. Leah, welcome back. Future me, your turn now. Hurry out. But at this moment, Komichi's condition is very wrong. What's wrong? If you don't come out, the space-time rift will close. Past Haruto, it seems we must part ways here. Why? I can no longer maintain this form. The space-time particles accumulated in my body have just been completely exhausted. I no longer have the strength to return. Haruto, you're an unqualified disciple. During your growth, you not only complained often, but also made many foolish mistakes. Although you showed amazing talent in space-time magic, you repeatedly failed due to acting on emotions. Really quite useless. But fighting alongside my imperfect self like you, I have no regrets. After the space-time rift closes this time, it may never open again. It's time to say goodbye. How can this be? You're joking with me, right? Let me finish. I want to ask you something. Save this broken world for me. Facing this imminent separation, he's powerless. Haruto holds back tears and forces a smile. Don't worry. Leave everything to me from now on. Then it's a promise. At this moment, Komichi looks reluctantly at Leah, but doesn't reveal his identity. However, that familial bond from their bloodline cannot be hidden. Could you also be my brother? Hearing this, Komichi is quite shocked. Memories of the past flash through his mind. Thank you, Haruto. Komichi is instantly at peace in this moment. Years of regret are finally remedied. Leah, welcome back. The spatial rift rapidly closes, until it completely vanishes from the sky. However, the one left behind is the most pained. His heart aches as if pierced by needles. Tears pour out like a gushing spring, unstoppable. I recovered my most precious sister, but also lost my most important companion. Time comes to the next day. Haruto comes to school for classes as usual. Unexpectedly, because he previously defeated the student council president, he indirectly saved many students who were abused by Coryu. Therefore, Haruto became an idol to all the girls at school. He shed the nickname of Pariah and gained a new resounding title, Savior. Even student council vice president Sakurakoji personally sought him out. Haruto, on behalf of the student council, I apologize for the president's actions. Because of you, I'm about to assume the position of new student council president. Therefore, I would like to formally invite you to join the student council to guide everyone's training. However, Haruto flatly refuses. To escape Sakurakoji's persistence, Haruto hides alone on the rooftop to eat. He also opens the status panel to check his current condition. Haruto, adventurer level 98, rank C. Profession, swordsman skill level 64. Chronomancer skill level 82. Learned magic, body acceleration level 3, time stasis level 2, material rewind, gravity bomb, phantom replay. Conquering one high-level dungeon raised my level this much. At this moment, a tap-tap-tap of footsteps approaches. I didn't expect the student council people to be so persistent. They won't even let me rest during lunch. If this continues, I'll have to figure out a solution. Oh right, Komichi. Do you have any good ideas? Already accustomed to having Komichi by his side, now that place is empty. I forgot, he's no longer here. The scene shifts. Haruto returns home. The moment he opens the door, what took you so long? I've been waiting for you. Haruto, welcome home. Hearing Leah's words, it immediately reminds me of Komichi's final moment. I'm home. After eating a hearty dinner with Leah, Haruto tells her he's made a lot of money now so she can go to dance classes anytime. That's wonderful! It's all thanks to that person, the brother from the future. Yes, he brought all of this. To thank him, I will definitely fulfill his final wish. Past me, save this broken world for me. But how exactly does one save the world? At this moment, Leah fumbles in her pocket for something. The future brother put this in my pocket when he saved me. Seeing this, Haruto is quite surprised. This is actually a message crystal. As the message crystal activates, Komichi's phantom appears before them. When you see this, it means I'm no longer here. Past Haruto, are you quite lost right now? Without my guidance, you don't know how to save the world. Don't worry. I, the most powerful Archmage, already anticipated this, and I prepared in advance. Aren't I amazing? Can you not be so narcissistic in a message? I'm now going to send you the second letter from the future. After that, you can rely on it to become the savior of this world. Meanwhile, at the Adventurers Guild headquarters, in the top secret room on the building's top floor, a meeting of the 7 sages, composed of S-rank adventurers, is being held. One of them is Captain Kurogane, whom they met at Tokyo Tower. According to our investigation, the adventurer who defeated the Chaos Dragon and the one who conquered the Sky Castle are very likely the same person. I hope we can identify him quickly. We never sent anyone into the Sky Castle. It's practically an S-rank dungeon. Number 5. Sage, King of Kings Tantalus. Are you certain the intruder conquered an S-rank dungeon alone? Number 2. Sage, Oracle Bear Platinum. It's truly unbelievable. I've never heard of such a powerful adventurer. Number 6. Sage, Demon Blade Master Muryu Muramasa. Number 3. Sage, Oz. This is clearly a challenge to the Adventurers Guild, isn't it? Number 1. Sage, Shu. How interesting. What kind of secrets is this person hiding? Number 4. Sage, Psychic Witch Siren. Then let's mark him as an observation target. Number 7. Sage, Akashic Eye Telu. I want to state in advance, once we find this anonymous one, I will spare no effort to invite him to join the guild, to become a warrior in the upcoming interdimensional war, to avoid the student council's persistence. Haruto has no choice but to run to the rooftop to enjoy lunch every day after class. Today, Haruto takes out that black envelope from the future. Chronomancer's Guide, version 2. Komichi's voice emanates from the envelope. Past Haruto, your true talent lies in swordsmanship. It's best to train yourself first as a swordsman, temporarily treating space-time magic as an auxiliary tool. To become a chronomancer like me, you must first live for the sword. I know you're surely confused hearing these words, but someday you'll understand this principle. Seriously, I don't understand what Komichi is saying at all. Please be clearer next time. At this moment, an uninvited guest arrives at the school. Skill! Cat step shrink. In a flash, he appears on the rooftop. Seeing the visitor, Haruto immediately becomes alert. Who are you? What do you want here? Are you the anonymous one? I want to borrow your power. Would you be willing to help me? This world will soon be destroyed. The visitor is none other than one of the 7 sages, Demon Blade Master Muryu Muramasa. This guy is strong. I didn't sense his presence at all before he got close. You say the world will be destroyed? What does that mean? Exactly what it sounds like. Before long, everything you cherish will disappear, including the sister you love most. Facing this suddenly appearing stranger, Haruto can't trust him at all. Even if the world is about to be destroyed, I'll do things my own way. Hearing this, Muryu Muramasa shows a smile. Even after seeing this, you still won't change your mind? The photo on Muryu Muramasa's phone is of Haruto's sister, Leah. This guy! At this moment, Haruto is furious. His sword aura erupts around him. Seeing this extraordinary battle aura, Muryu Muramasa becomes excited. You really do have a swordsman's talent. I came to the right place. Don't worry, I only took photos to investigate. I haven't touched a hair on your sister's head. I swear on my swordmaster's name. But the next second, Muryu Muramasa appears beside Haruto. Fighting you would be quite interesting. You've crossed the line. I really want to beat you up right now. Whatever happens next, you'd better not regret it. Bring it on. I'm ready. Immediately, both sides pull back and assume attack stances. The next second, the aura around Muryu Muramasa changes. A killing intent envelops him. What's happening? Haruto, already using Chrono Sai, is shocked. Why? There are no space-time particles around that guy. This way, I can't see his time trace at all. He hears the opponent speak. Ready? Here I come. He vanishes from his position, instantly appearing before me. My killing intent isn't the aura of killing, but rather completely eliminating my own aura. Then he swings his sword at Haruto. At this critical moment, space-time magic, body acceleration. Haruto quickly jumps back to dodge. Unbelievable! This guy's killing intent can actually exclude space-time particles from around himself. Why are you so much like those villains in comics? You actually explained your tactical principle. That's because even if you know my skill, I'll still be the one who wins. Just by hiding my aura, I gain control of the battle. Like this. He smoothly moves behind Haruto. Oh no, too late! Looks like I win. However, the next second, Haruto's body becomes a phantom and dissipates. Seeing this, Muryu Muramasa is shocked. What just happened? Space-time magic, phantom replay. Haruto's real body circles behind him. He raises the Chaos Sword and strikes down heavily. Muryu Muramasa leans backward, narrowly dodging the strike. Then he quickly jumps back to create distance. What just happened? I clearly saw it. That definitely wasn't just a simple afterimage. At this moment, a button from his shirt falls off. At the same time, Haruto charges again using body acceleration space-time magic. So this is the anonymous one's true power? This is too interesting. I'm more and more interested in you. It's been a long time since a battle made me this excited. Muryu Muramasa gradually forces Haruto-kun to reveal his true strength, since he can't see the opponent's flow of time and can't use chronomancy on him. There's only one option: time stasis. The black blade in Muryu Muramasa's hand is directly pinned in midair. No matter how hard he tries, the blade locked by time remains completely motionless. And now is Haruto-kun's best chance to counterattack. Chrono Fist! Just as the fist is about to strike Muryu Muramasa, he releases the black blade, then crosses his arms in a defensive stance. Iron Body! The terrifying punch sends Muryu Muramasa flying dozens of meters away, even with his full defense. How can it have such tremendous power? This is no ordinary punch. This guy is definitely an awakened one. Haruto-kun can't believe it. His full-powered strike was blocked head-on, just as he's wondering what to do next. Let's end this here. I have a general understanding of your abilities. As for what happened with Komichi, I sincerely apologize. I won't do such things again. Please forgive my previous actions. If you still want to compete with me, you're welcome to come to our academy. You possess unique talent, but you're still too weak. You haven't reached the level I expect. Come to our academy and learn the supreme sword mastery. Only then can your talent be fully realized. Hearing this, Haruto-kun suddenly remembers Komichi's message in her letter. Your true talent lies in swordsmanship. You must live for the sword first. To be honest, if I got serious, you wouldn't stand a chance. I'll be waiting for you at our academy. With that, he vanishes from the spot. At this moment, Haruto-kun suddenly discovers a piece of paper mysteriously appeared in his pocket. It's an exchange student permit. When did he slip this in? This must be his real purpose for coming here. How irritating. Having left, Muryu Muramasa looks toward the rooftop, deep in thought. This kid who suddenly appeared does have real talent. Before he becomes a disposable pawn for the Seven Sages, I must train him to a level where he can stand against the higher-ups. I'll be the one to stop Kurogene's plan. Right now, Haruto-kun stares at the exchange student permit, hesitating. The exchange student program aims to enhance the abilities of adventurers from various academies. Only enrolled students from affiliated adventurer training institutions are eligible to apply. Additionally, student council members receive A-rank treatment at exchange schools. At this moment, Sakura Koji finds him here again. But this time, Haruto-kun doesn't hide. He slowly stands up. Perfect timing. I've made up my mind. I'll join the student council. Soon, a week passes. Sakura Koji brings Haruto-kun to Azabu Academy. I heard Azabu Academy has produced several S-rank adventurers. It's the most famous adventurer academy in the country. Soon, we arrive at the headmaster's office. Unexpectedly, the person sitting inside is him. Hello, I'm the headmaster here, Muryu Muramasa. To hone his swordsmanship, Haruto-kun has come here as an exchange student. The first task the headmaster gives him is surprisingly to climb to the #1 position through duels, and the #1 ranked student has the right to challenge the strongest headmaster. Understood. I'll become #1 as soon as possible, then defeat you. I'm still irritated about you stopping our duel halfway. I look forward to that day. Sakura Koji listens to this exchange, stunned, speechless. What's going on with you two? You're actually going to duel the headmaster? Isn't this our first time here? After completing the official registration, Haruto-kun's school information pops up. Haruto-kun, swordsman course, Azabu Academy rank 4395, A-rank treatment. And with that, Haruto-kun leaves the headmaster's office. To quickly climb the rankings, the best approach is to challenge high-rank students. Then let's go here first. The scene shifts to the second-floor cafeteria of Azabu Academy. Haruto, I remember you already ate breakfast, didn't you? At this moment, a voice calls out. Welcome, you two. You're the exchange students who just transferred to our academy today, right? Our academy's motto is, breakfast determines your entire day's condition. We recommend all students eat a proper breakfast. We offer a wide variety of nutritious cuisine. Please help yourselves. Only now do we notice that the menu here is incredibly luxurious, and it's all free. Rich academies really are different. Haruto, even though we already ate breakfast, I'm feeling a bit hungry again. With that, she quickly walks over to select food, and at this moment, a commotion in the distance catches Haruto-kun's attention. It seems a few bullies have stolen a student's sword. Such a fine sword is wasted on a coward like you. Who told you to sit in the Rado faction's seats? As compensation, I'm confiscating this sword, just as I suspected. Even excellent academies have problem students. Teachers can't monitor everywhere, and the cafeteria is one such place. A plague like you without magic power doesn't belong here. If we don't teach you a lesson, you'll never learn. With that, he raises his fist to strike. At this moment, Haruto-kun steps in front of him and easily catches the bully's fist. I have something to ask you. Do you know where the top-ranked students in this academy are? As Haruto-kun tightens his grip, the bully painfully drops to his knees. I'll ask you again. Where is the #1 ranked student in this academy? And at this moment, a sword flash streaks by. Just as it's about to touch his neck, Haruto-kun jumps back just in time to dodge. What just happened? I almost got hit by an invisible blade! At this moment, a group of students walks over. What nerve you have, bullying my companions? Third-year student at Azabu Academy, Raido faction leader Raido Nobunaga, swordsman course rank 3. Though his troublesome behavior gives school administrators headaches, his abilities are close to rivaling the #1. He's a future model student candidate. At this moment, both sides are on the verge of conflict. Raido Nobunaga impatiently asks, what happened here? Because your companion stole that student's sword, I intervened to stop them. Hearing this, Raido Nobunaga immediately turns and asks, is what he said true? Unexpectedly, the three lie through their teeth. How could we possibly steal from a fellow student? However, the next second, Raido Nobunaga without a word walks up and punches them. The three immediately collapse. You dare lie to my face? Fellow student, as their leader, I sincerely apologize to you. I guarantee there won't be a next time. With that, he returns the sword to Mikado Ibuki. Haruto-kun is shocked by this scene. Who would have thought their leader was such an honorable person? However, at this moment, Raido Nobunaga slowly stands up. Although this matter was originally our fault, as a member of the faction, I can't let this slide for the sake of face. So, are you willing to duel me? Hearing this, Mikado Ibuki immediately urges Haruto-kun to refuse. However, unexpectedly, Haruto-kun agrees without hesitation. Refusing is impossible. His purpose for coming here is to challenge top-ranked students. Now that the opponent has come to him, how could he refuse? So both sides agree to duel in the arena after school. Are you sure about this? That guy is ranked #3. I should be asking you, is it really okay for your high school life to always be bullied by those thugs? Unexpectedly, Mikado Ibuki's answer is, as long as I endure it, everything will be fine. And at this moment, I'm shocked to discover that magic power is flowing through the longsword in his hand. Tell me, do you really want your sword to keep getting stolen? Are you willing to just give up like this? After Haruto-kun's lecture, Mikado Ibuki finally musters his courage. I hope they never touch my sword again. Well said. Trust me, but more importantly, trust yourself. Now you go apply for a duel too, against the one who stole your sword. sword. Don't worry, you'll definitely win. The scene shifts. I introduce Mikado Ibuki to Sakura Koji. Upon learning that Haruto-kun's ultimate goal is to defeat the headmaster, Mikado Ibuki is shocked. If you can really achieve that, you might even obtain the legendary skill crystal. Legend has it that the Academy's founder, Muryu Kagamitsu, sealed the supreme sword mastery he comprehended into a skill crystal. Hearing this, Haruto-kun immediately recalls what Muryu Muramasa said when inviting him, "Come to our academy and learn the supreme sword mastery." Do you know what the supreme sword mastery actually is? It's a unique sword technique that only Master Kagamitsu knew. The technique is said to be able to slash through spatial dimensions, so it was named Dimension Slash. What? It can slash through space? Doesn't that mean if I learn this technique I can save my future self? Then I definitely can't lose this duel. First, we need to address Mikado Ibuki's situation. Just do as I say, and you'll win. Listen carefully. At the start of the duel, your opponent will definitely charge straight at you. Because he thinks you're worthless. He believes intimidating you will freeze you up. He'll definitely think this way, so we'll use it to our advantage. Don't think about anything. The instant he charges at you, just draw your sword and strike. Absolutely don't miss, and don't close your eyes. You must draw and strike from the front. If you do this, you'll win. Trust me and trust the sword in your hand. Although Mikado Ibuki still doesn't understand why this will bring victory, he ultimately chooses to trust this person he just met. School dismissal arrives quickly. At this moment, in Azabu Academy's arena, many students gather to watch this duel. The first match features rank 3424 Mikado Ibuki against rank 153 Kaneshiro Kentaro. If I win, we'll continue being good friends from now on. Hearing the mocking words, Mikado Ibuki finally gathers his courage. If I win, stop bothering me, you bastard. Seeing the usually timid kid dare speak to him this way, veins bulge on Kaneshiro Kentaro's forehead in anger. You coward have successfully provoked my wrath. Let me show you my true strength. With that, he draws another longsword from thin air. Who would have thought this seemingly superficial thug is actually a dual-wielding master? Witnessing this scene, Mikado Ibuki tenses up again. However, the moment he assumes his drawing stance, the aura around him transforms. At this moment, Kaneshiro Kentaro raises both swords and charges forward. Just as Haruto said, the opponent charges straight ahead at the duel's start, and all I need to do is keep my eyes locked on him, then draw and strike the instant he charges. Kaneshiro Kentaro immediately senses danger and crosses both blades in front for defense. However, everyone watching this scene is in disbelief. The next second, the entire arena erupts, chanting Mikado Ibuki's name over and over. The winner of this duel, Mikado Ibuki. Haruto, he actually won. How did you know beforehand? That's because the sword in his hand is a magic sword. At that time, I used Chronos Eye and saw that Mikado Ibuki's sword has an extremely rare special effect. Unlike me, the reason he can't sense magic power is because the magic sword continuously absorbs his magic power and stores it within the blade, and it can convert this into an attack. The more magic power stored, the stronger the attack. He's been carrying this sword for 3 years. For some reason, it seems no one told him his sword is a magic sword. Anyway, it's good he won. Now it's my turn. At this moment, both sides arrive at the arena's center, and in the stands not far away, Headmaster Muryu Muramasa has also arrived. Although this is a bit unfair to a newcomer, this is a duel that stakes the honor of our Raito faction. I won't hold back. That suits me perfectly. Rank 4395 Haruto-kun versus rank 3 Raito Nobunaga. The duel officially begins. At this moment, Raito Nobunaga leisurely stands in place, motionless. He even closes his eyes, completely disregarding Haruto-kun. What's going on? Right now his entire body is full of openings. Although I don't know what he's thinking, I won't hesitate. However, the instant I charge forward, he opens his eyes and a powerful aura surges toward me. It's the same feeling as that time. Seeing this, Haruto-kun immediately stops in his tracks. Chronos Eye activates! Just like the headmaster, there are no chrono particles around this guy either. Can all the top-ranked swordsmen at this academy manipulate killing intent? It seems using the flow of time to predict the future is impossible. At this moment, Raito Nobunaga, gripping his sword, slowly walks forward. Kishin-style secret technique, Kacho Fugetsu. He traces several sword flashes through the air. Multiple invisible blades streak across the ground. Then, from all directions, they converge on Haruto-kun in the center. Seeing this, Haruto-kun immediately jumps into the air to evade. However, all of this is within the opponent's calculations. The only direction you can escape to is the air. A loud clang rings out. Raito Nobunaga's attack is blocked by the Chaos Sword. Chrono Fist. The terrifying punch strikes directly at the opponent's chest. However, unexpectedly, it causes no damage whatsoever. Immediately, both sides create distance. Impressive! I didn't expect you to block my Kishin-style blade. It seems you do have some skill. What Haruto-kun can't believe is that being hit by his Chrono Fist left the opponent completely unharmed. Surprised? My school isn't just about swordsmanship. We train the body as well. We train it to be like a sword, both sharp and hard. Haruto-kun knows that if he doesn't take this seriously, he cannot win. He closes his eyes, clearing all distractions. Body acceleration, cat step shrink. In an instant, he appears before Raito Nobunaga. He swings his sword at him. However, as the opponent dodges, he simultaneously swings swings the long blade in his hand. Haruto-kun immediately raises the Chaos Sword in front to block this strike. Then, using the opponent's impact force, he spins and leaps into the air. He slashes downward, but the opponent leans back to evade again. Just as Nobunaga loses balance and is about to fall, he reverses his grip on the sword and thrusts it into the ground, stabilizing his falling body. Then he suddenly kicks with his reverse leg, landing a solid hit on Haruto-kun, sending him flying several meters away instantly. At this moment, both sides return to their initial standoff. This guy is strong, but I absolutely won't lose. And so, both sides exchange blows in an evenly matched battle. The intense combat excites the surrounding audience tremendously. What's the background of that exchange student? To be able to fight Raito to this extent, Sakura Koji is stunned. Haruto is even more formidable than when he fought Coryu. The high-intensity battle causes Haruto-kun to show fatigue. I absolutely won't allow myself to lose here. My future self is still waiting for me to rescue him. On the other side, Raito Nobunaga seems to notice something. Hey, you're Haruto-kun, right? I can tell you're fighting, while bearing an important responsibility. Although I think that's a good thing. I cannot possibly lose to you. With that, he unleashes a terrifying burst of energy. Haruto-kun clearly feels the oppressive force emanating from his opponent intensifying. The next second, Raito Nobunaga rapidly charges forward. Because I too carry a significant mission. When I was 8 years old, I had already learned independence. After saying goodbye to my mother, I had to walk to school alone. However, when I arrived at my seat, I found my desk covered with malicious words. That's too much! Who could have written this? How pitiful! Who told him to be a poor, unsophisticated little punk? And so, the entire day, my childhood self spent in the mockery of classmates. One day, when I returned home from school, I found debt collectors had come to the door again. Because my father had accumulated massive debts and suddenly disappeared one day, our lives, my mother's and mine, became extremely difficult. From that moment, I vowed to become strong and completely change our lives. So when I grew up, I frequented boxing rings. As long as I won matches, the boss who hired me would provide decent compensation. However, this money was nowhere near enough to protect my most important family. So my belief was to keep getting stronger. Due to my outstanding performance, Muryu Muramasa noticed me. I saw your matches. You have an excellent physique, but if you continue like this, you'll waste such fine talent. I know you need money right now. Are you interested in coming here to learn swordsmanship? For a combat-oriented person like you, Kishin style is perfect. Once you've learned it, come find me at Azabu Academy. I can let you enroll for free. Although I found this guy who suddenly appeared quite off-putting. As long as I could become stronger, I was willing to do anything. Soon, 2 years later, I had mastered Kishin style, and as promised, I came to Azabu Academy. After arriving here, I finally understood why the headmaster wanted me at this academy. Because this is a place where the sword decides everything, yet it gathers many delinquents. It needs someone like me to bring order. Gradually, I became the leader of these troublemakers and established the Raito faction on campus. Although I didn't know the headmaster's true purpose, he introduced me to many money-making opportunities. Because of this, I was able to pay off all my family's debts, so I'm grateful to him. The troublemakers I lead may seem to outsiders like a gathering of social rejects, but to me, they're like another version of myself, rough around the edges but fighting desperately to survive. So I absolutely cannot lose. Kishin-style secret technique, Sanshi Suime. The next second, purple lightning continuously crackles along Raito Nobunaga's blade. Haruto-kun instantly senses the change. The sword pressure from this blade is dramatically increasing. If this continues, I'll definitely lose in terms of strength. This man is different from any enemy I've faced so far. From this blade alone, I can feel he's more sincere than anyone. Now I can't rely on the flow of time. I can only trust my own strength. Instantly, a massive surge of energy explodes from within Haruto-kun. Immediately, both forces collide, and amid this fierce clash, Haruto-kun actually smiles. The next second, the immense energy repels both combatants. It seems this guy, like me, is enjoying this. After the dust settles, both stand motionless on the field. However, the next second, a deep wound appears on Raito Nobunaga's body. How is this possible? Not only did he break my sword, he even shattered my iron body. This guy's sword pressure is unfathomable. The winner is Haruto-kun. Immediately, the entire arena erupts. To think he defeated rank 3 Nobunaga with swordsmanship alone. Truly an awakened one. At this moment, Haruto-kun is still immersed in memories of the recent battle. So this is what a swordsman's duel is like? It's actually this fun. The day after Haruto-kun defeated Raito Nobunaga, he arrives with a group of subordinates. I'm truly sorry about what happened before. This makes Haruto-kun and the others feel awkward. There's no need to apologize. It's all in the past, right? Hearing this, Raito Nobunaga immediately smiles. That puts my mind at ease. Yesterday's fight was incredibly satisfying. Though I lost completely, I feel much better inside. Haruto-kun admires this guy's attitude. Yesterday we were fighting for our lives, and today we're arm in arm. Suddenly, Raito Nobunaga's demeanor becomes serious. Now let me get to the main point. Our Raito faction lost in the match, so anytime we can lend you our strength. If you need anything, feel free to ask for our help. Haruto-kun is surprised by their gesture. He then smiles. Understood. When I'm in trouble, I'll come find you. The scene shifts to the next morning. Welcome to today's news highlights. Recently, wanderer monsters have been appearing frequently in our city. Please stay safe when going out. After Haruto-kun says goodbye to Komichi, he shoulders his backpack and heads to school. However, on his way to campus, he sees a man harassing a girl. What's with that attitude? Do you know how much money I've spent on you? Their commotion immediately draws the attention of people around them. Isn't that the recently famous internet celebrity Malulu? I heard she has 30 million followers across all platforms. platforms and is about to debut as a singer. Haruto-kun has zero interest in this kind of gossip. He plans to just walk past as if he didn't see anything. However, at this moment, to shake off the man behind her, Malulu actually runs toward a nearby dungeon labyrinth marked off limits. That's a recently discovered area that's likely dangerous. However, it's too late. The dungeon entrance suddenly activates. A hideous monster emerges from within. At this moment, Malulu is petrified by the scene before her. Before her appears a terrifying giant beast, as massive as a mountain. Emperor Centipede. Subjugation rank S. Beta grade extermination target. Recommended strike team total level 1200. Malulu is so frightened her legs give out, and she collapses to the ground. Passers-by, seeing the suddenly appearing monster, turn pale with fear. How did a dungeon labyrinth monster get out? Is this the Wanderer they mentioned in the news? Whatever it is, run for your life now! In the end, only Malulu remains, trembling on the ground. Just as the monster is about to open its jaws to bite her, a blue sword flash streaks through. The centipede's head is directly severed and crashes heavily to the ground. Everyone watches in disbelief. The monster that was just emanating such powerful aura was instantly killed with one sword strike. In a swift motion, Haruto-kun carries Malulu away from the danger zone. You should be able to walk on your own now, right? I advise you to leave quickly. I can't protect you the whole time. This monster isn't so simple to deal with. At the neck where the head was just severed, a new head actually grows back. This is bad. This thing has regeneration ability. At this moment, the Adventurers Guild Guard squad also arrives. Residents, please evacuate immediately. Leave this to us. After viewing the monster's terrifying stats, this guard squad immediately realizes they're no match for this S-rank monster. Their average level is only around 80%. Send a distress signal to the 7 sages. A bunch of idiots. That won't be fast enough. Before ordinary citizens get hurt, we can only rely on ourselves. At this moment, the monster has already reached them. In this critical moment, time stasis level 2. Using time chains, the monster is locked in mid-air. Although I don't want to draw attention, now isn't the time to worry about that. Full chronomancy activation! Body acceleration level 3. As the magic activates, Haruto-kun rapidly charges toward the monster. At this moment, one of the heads is charging up power. It sprays a large amount of yellow liquid toward Haruto-kun. Fortunately, he dodges in time. However, the ground where he just stood has already been melted by the yellow liquid. Just as Haruto-kun considers how to minimize the damage, a massive mouth suddenly lunges to bite him. In an instant, it clamps down firmly on half of Haruto-kun's body. To protect the surrounding citizens, Haruto charges forward without hesitation. But unexpectedly, the monster bites down on him. Chronomancy, Phantom Replay. What got bitten was only a Chrono Phantom from 0.3 seconds ago. Damn monster, die! With one slash, he cuts off its head. To prevent the monster from regenerating, Haruto quickly uses his improved matter rewind spell on the wound. Even if the monster can regenerate, it'll be forced back to the moment it was severed. This way, he can prevent its revival. With that, only 7 remain. Through Haruto's desperate fighting, he slays the monsters one after another. Finally, only 3 are left. The guards around them watch this scene in disbelief. He's insanely strong, and judging by his clothes, he seems to be just a student. At this moment, the remaining 3 Emperor Centipedes begin charging up simultaneously. The next second, 3 terrifying Inferno rays fire toward Haruto. However, with the aid of Chronos Eye, Haruto uses body acceleration and easily dodges the attack. Just as he rapidly charges toward the monsters, the ground suddenly shatters. A sharp tail stinger emerges from it, swiftly stabbing toward Haruto. From these recent battles, whether it was Raido Nobunaga or that annoying principal, they all possessed impressive defense. My greatest weakness is insufficient defense. To compensate for this weakness, I decide to try a method I just thought of, concentrating the chrono particles in my body into my fist. I call it Chrono Shield. It successfully blocks the monster's attack. Now it's my turn to counterattack. Raising his sword, he charges forward. Chronomancy, Phantom Replay. Instantly, numerous Chrono Phantoms appear on the battlefield, all leaping into the air. Sword technique, Chaos Meteor. All the Phantoms thrust their swords toward the monsters' heads. Then, a massive boom erupts at the center of the battlefield. As the dust settles, the monsters have all been annihilated by Haruto. Defeated Emperor Centipedes. Adventurer Haruto. Level increased by 8%. Swordsman skills increased by 12%. Gained 5,336,710 points. Obtained dropped item. Skill Crystal. The influencer Malulu standing nearby is instantly captivated by Haruto. He's so amazing. The guards around them excitedly approach. You really helped us out. Thank you so much for saving everyone. You're so strong. Are you interested in joining our guild? Preferably as our captain. Faced with their enthusiasm, Haruto quickly declines. Sure enough, being too conspicuous causes these kinds of problems. He then uses Phantom Clone to escape the scene. Sorry, but I don't want to join you right now. However, unexpectedly, as Haruto runs quickly toward school, a figure blocks his path. It turns out to be that influencer Malulu. Why wasn't she deceived by the chronomancy? And even more unexpectedly, this girl is actually a narcissist. She mistakenly believes that everything Haruto just did was to get her attention. After all, I'm currently the #1 newcomer in the super cute popularity rankings, and I'm about to debut as a singer from a mainstream record label. I'm even the lead actress actress in a recent blockbuster movie. I am Malulu, the hottest high school girl right now. Anyone I pay attention to immediately gains tens of thousands of followers. While she's bragging on and on, Haruto chooses to ignore her and runs off into the distance. In the blink of an eye, he disappears from her view. Bastard, why would you treat me like this? I'm Malulu, so infuriating. Absolutely infuriating, but his fighting style is so captivating. I think I'm falling for him. This excellent boy can save this broken world, because my eyes have seen it. There's no mistake. Shortly after Haruto leaves, Kurigan arrives with a group of armed personnel and seals off the scene. Everyone, please rest assured, the dungeon entrance has been sealed again by us. There's no danger for now. Thank you very much for your cooperation, citizens. After Kurigan learns the full story from his subordinates, a voice comes from behind him. I've already made contact with the anonymous one. From my conclusion, I really like him. I believe he can truly save this world that's about to shatter. If you say so with your eye of truth, then it must be true. And this person is Sage number 7, Telu. Oh my, I'm essentially an idol. Being one of the 7 sages is just my side gig. Alright, enough chit-chat. I'm going to hang out with Haruto. Scene shifts. Haruto has finished all of today's public classes. Due to his stunning performance in the arena earlier, he's now become a celebrity throughout the school. Even last year's campus beauty writes him a love letter. To avoid making things awkward, Haruto politely accepts it. I have no time for romance right now because I have a mission I must complete. Let's go. Continue showing me around campus today. Time quickly comes to evening, and we arrive at today's final stop, Dungeon Labyrinth Research Club. This is the club I founded, and I'm the president here. Currently, I'm the only member. I love researching various dungeons. The more I learn, the more amazing they become. By the way, Haruto, are you interested in joining? I'll think about that later. Right now, I have something to ask you. Do you know where the number 1 ranked student is? I saw on the forum before that the number 1 and number 2 ranked students are exploring the S rank Platinum Terrace dungeon, and the location is on some wealthy person's land. If you want to enter the dungeon, you need to pay a hefty entrance fee. I heard it's as high as 50 million. The reason it's so high is because this dungeon's resources are extremely valuable. As long as your luck isn't too bad, you can earn back the entrance fee. Also, this dungeon requires at least 2 people to enter as a team, so you need at least 100 million. That's simply not something we can afford. As for the number 1 and number 2 students, they got in by teaming up with wealthy friends. So if you want to challenge, you can only wait for them to come out of the dungeon. Is that so? If I want to quickly become number 1, then defeat that annoying principal and obtain the dimension/skill crystal. I can rescue my future self, so I can't wait anymore. Mikado, can you come with me somewhere? It'll just be a moment. 2 weeks ago. Back then, Sakurakuji hadn't been rescued yet, and Komichi was still by my side. Haruto curiously asked Komichi, in your future world, what's the situation now? Are you curious? If you want to know, I can tell you everything, including your future experiences and what kind of people you'll meet. And all the knowledge I've learned, I can teach you in advance. You might even become a supreme mage who looks down upon the entire world. But is that really the life you want? Haruto hesitates for a moment. Never mind. If I know too much, I feel like my future life will become very boring. I want to live according to my own way. Is that so? What if it's an incident like the one with Shinanomi before? Don't you want to know about that either? Important things definitely need to be told to me in advance. At this moment, urgent news comes from the tablet. Since the discovery of dungeon labyrinths 30 years ago, the major corporation developing adventure equipment and items, Mikado Technologies, is facing bankruptcy. Mikado Technologies invested heavily in developing the latest recovery potion but failed. Completing this potion requires a fundamental particle that only exists in theory and hasn't been discovered yet. I see. Mikado is currently in this period. Let me tell you important information. The fundamental particle they haven't discovered yet is the chrono particle, and the recovery potion being developed is called the Omega Elixir. It's a secret medicine that can instantly heal all human diseases and wounds. To achieve the effect of restoring the body to its original state, chrono particles are needed as a medium. We can first send them some clue materials. That way, they'll definitely become your strong support in the future. Whatever reward you want in the future won't be a problem. Haruto and the others arrive at the Mikado Technologies building. Upon learning of the visitor, Mikado Technologies CEO Kamen Kosuke personally comes to receive them. Haruto, you finally came. So now, are you willing to accept the 500 million development reward for the Omega Elixir? Mikado Ibuki, standing nearby, is utterly shocked upon hearing this figure. I just urgently need money. I'm borrowing it for now. I'll find a way to pay it back later. Don't be so polite. I can give you however much you want. You should know that what you sent us was data on the chrono particle fundamental particle. With it, our company was able to successfully develop the Omega Elixir. Like a phoenix, we've risen from the ashes. Now, we've already developed the first stage trial elixir. Right now, we have more orders than we can handle, so please don't be polite with us. With that, he transfers over 500 million. After bidding farewell to the enthusiastic Kamen Kosuke, Haruto decides to immediately head to the Platinum Terrace S-rank dungeon. He directly pays the entrance fee for 3 people. Besides Mikado Ibuki, he also specially calls Sakura Koji. Whatever you do, don't tell her about the entrance fee. I'm afraid she'll faint if she finds out. Just as the group is about to depart, a familiar voice calls out, "How lucky! I didn't expect to run run into you here. This time I absolutely won't let you go. The two people nearby are stunned. Haruto, when did you get such a cute girlfriend? Isn't this person the recently famous influencer Malulu? To avoid further misunderstanding, Haruto quickly shakes off Malulu's hand. Why are you here? Don't underestimate me, Malulu. I'm an influencer idol who became famous through dungeon exploration. So this time, let me join your team and conquer this dungeon together. If you don't agree, I'll live stream and tell everyone you've been harassing me. Left with no choice, Haruto agrees to bring her along. It feels like even if he refuses, she'll shamelessly follow anyway. The good news is, Malulu is a healing-oriented mage, which perfectly fills the team's weakness. And so, Haruto leads the three of them into the S-rank dungeon. As the group enters the Platinum Terrace dungeon labyrinth, strange monsters appear from the depths of the labyrinth, and Mikado Ibuki, as the research club president, immediately recognizes them. Sky Serpent, A rank. If bitten by a sky serpent, you'll die from deadly poison. Titan Giant, A rank. A higher species of the Cyclops race. Extremely ferocious. Once out of control, it will destroy everything in sight. Evil Mantis, A rank. Cunning killer insect. Its forearms can release vacuum waves through high-speed vibration. They're all A rank monsters. This is completely beyond what we can handle. Haruto, let's go back. Don't worry, leave these all to me. With that, he charges forward. Come forth, sacred beast Cerberus. Immediately, Haruto's sacred pet is summoned. The sacred beast charges toward the monster horde. With just one laser blast, all the sky serpents are eliminated. At this moment, the Titan Giant charges over with its massive club. With one swing, it smashes the entire ground to pieces. However, it only hits the sacred beast's chrono phantom. The real body has already circled behind the Titan Giant, smoothly eliminating it. At this moment, the evil mantises around them quietly close in. Haruto leaps high into the air. Seeing this, the evil mantises all swing their blades. Chronomancy, Chronosai. Using Chronosai, Haruto easily dodges all the blades, then pierces through one of their heads with his sword. Chronomancy, Chronoblast, instantly eliminating all the rest. The three people nearby are dumbfounded. We had absolutely nothing to do here. Alright, let's keep moving forward. Soon, the group arrives at a three-way intersection. I wonder which path the number 1 and number 2 took. Chronomancy, Visual Rewind. This is an ability that can replay past scenes before your eyes. They're just visual phantoms that can't be touched. By controlling the rewind time, you can see the scenes you want to see. Using this skill, Haruto finally finds his target, and the time is approximately 12 hours ago. In other words, they've been inside for half a day and haven't come out. Did they encounter some situation inside? Whatever, we'll know once we find them. After Haruto deactivates the skill, he prepares to head toward the target. However, at this moment, Malulu points to another path and says, I sense there are more precious treasures deep down this path. Are you really not considering going this way? I'm not interested. If you really want to make money, you can take that path yourself. But if you sense danger, remember to retreat immediately. Haruto, don't be so serious. I was just joking. How could I possibly leave the team alone? And so, with everyone's cooperation, they slay quite a few monsters along the way. Only Malulu does nothing, at most cheering from the sidelines. What surprises me most is Mikado Ibuki's magic sword. Every time she draws the sword, she can unleash powerful slashes. That's because whenever monsters die nearby, the magic sword can absorb their magical power, thus giving her abundant magical power to use freely. Soon we arrive at the boss room entrance. According to their trail, those two finally entered this room and never came out after that. Let's go in and see. The moment Haruto and the others push open the door and enter, they witness an incredible scene. The number 1 and number 2 ranked students are both lying on the ground. Black mist fills the air above the room. The black mist continuously swirls and merges, then descends before them, finally transforming into the form of a child. Terrifying pressure continuously emanates from its body. Something's wrong with this boss. According to adventurers, guild data, the boss here should be a high-level dragon. But now, a monster we've never seen before has appeared. What's going on? At this moment, the monster releases a deafening roar. Dark Sovereign, subjugation rank S. Platinum Terrace S rank, dungeon hidden boss. Recommended party combined level 2500. At this time, Sakura Koji hurriedly suggests, let's retreat. This is way too dangerous. However, it's already too late. The exit has been sealed. Now we have no choice but to fight. Since this monster defeated number 1, then as long as I defeat it, it's the same thing. With that, he charges toward the monster. The monster raises its right hand and begins charging energy. The moment it fires, chronomancy, body acceleration. Haruto uses swift movements to successfully dodge the attack and quickly reaches the monster, swinging his sword down at the monster's head, successfully splitting it in half. However, unexpectedly, it instantly heals and opens its mouth wide, beginning to gather energy again. I quickly use time-stasis magic, attempting to immobilize it with time chains. Unexpectedly, it breaks the chains in just an instant. The terrifying energy blast fires directly out. Fortunately, Haruto dodges with a timely side jump. Damn bastard. Try this move. Chronomancy, Chronoblast, immediately blasting over a dozen holes in its body. However, it completely recovers the next second and opens its massive mouth, biting toward Haruto, crushing him in one bite. Chronomancy, Phantom Replay. Haruto's true body has already leaped high into the air. What was just crushed was merely a chrono phantom. Try this strike. Chaos Sword, light attribute activated. Chaos Meteor, 1/cuts it into 2 pieces. Just as everyone thinks they've won, the monster turns into liquid and reforms into the child's shape again. Damn, does the light attribute have no effect on it either? At this moment, Sakurakoji discovers in shock. The monster's body is continuously absorbing the damage it receives. As it absorbs the damage, its body keeps growing larger, until it transforms into a muscular monster. At this moment, behind everyone, Malulu's eyes glow, and numerous data windows appear before her. The monster raises its arm, and swings heavily toward Haruto. Haruto quickly retreats, dodging this strike. However, the monster's attack isn't over. It clenches its fist. Its arm extends continuously, rapidly retracting toward Haruto, just as the monster's fist is about to hit his head. Chronomancy, time stasis level 2, using time chains to firmly immobilize it. Seizing this opportunity, Haruto charges forward with his sword, cutting it in half with 1 slash. However, the monster's wound instantly heals. Normal attacks not only have no effect on it, but even cause it to grow larger after absorbing energy. Damn it, what should I do now? At this moment, the monster's body begins spinning continuously, finally transforming into a pitch-black greatsword floating in the air, then automatically swinging rapidly toward Haruto. Haruto hurriedly raises his sword to block. Under the terrifying force, he's sent flying heavily, crashing into the ground in the distance. Seeing this, Mikado Ibuki wants to come help, but Haruto stops her with his voice. Don't come over! This monster is too fast! It's too dangerous for you! Now he can only rely on Sakurakoji's long-range healing magic to barely recover Haruto's injuries. Just when everyone doesn't know what to do, Malulu walks over. Looks like you're out of options. Then let me help you. Don't judge by my weak appearance. You should look at someone's essence. You should understand what I'm saying. At this moment, Haruto immediately activates Chronos' eye. The chrono particles around Malulu emit a mysterious glow. Haruto, you just focus on fighting. I'll become your eyes. Up until now, I've been observing. By activating my special ability, Eye of Truth, I can analyze anything. Come on, let my eyes see through everything about you. Through the Eye of Truth's observation and analysis. Before long, all the monster's data appears before her. Now it's your turn. Come forth, my adorable little lamb. The next second, a pink little sheep is suddenly summoned. My adorable lamb, please tell me how we should defeat a monster that can change form at will, has a viscous body, and is immune to physical attacks. This creature has a core inside its body. That core is its true form. Ordinary magical power cannot detect it. Only chronoparticles can observe it. But this world hasn't officially discovered chronoparticles yet. At this moment, the little lamb suddenly discovers that Haruto standing nearby is a chronoparticle mage. I see. The secret to your strength is actually this. Malulu immediately tells Haruto the method to defeat the monster. I see. If that's the case, then it's easy. At this moment, the monster attacks again. This time, it transforms into a spear flying at high speed. If you take it head-on, there's only death. Haruto leaps above it, swinging down his sword and successfully cutting it apart. However, this is far from enough. The monster instantly recovers and thrusts down toward Haruto. Perfect. Just as I planned. At this close distance, I can observe carefully. His hand begins gathering chronoparticles, then slams them into the monster. Using chronoparticles to continuously probe inside its body, he quickly discovers an area where energy gathers. Finally found your core. Now, as long as I reverse the energy flow injected into it, I can eliminate it. However, at this moment, the monster's body splits into several small clones, continuously attacking Haruto's body. You think this little attack can stop me? Chronomancy matter rewind. The monster's body begins slowly regressing, first transforming back into the great sword form, then recovering to the muscular form from before, finally returning to its original appearance. Chronomancy, time stasis, successfully immobilizing it firmly in the air. Now I must deliver a fatal blow. Future Haruto, watch me. Without your help, I can still defeat the enemy before me. We're ultimately the same person. Haruto turns and shouts to Mikado Ibuki, lend me your sword. Hearing this, Mikado Ibuki doesn't hesitate and directly throws the sword in her hand. Getting the sword, Haruto directly stabs it into the monster's body. With this magic sword, I will drain all your magical power. As the magic sword activates, the monster's magical power is continuously being drained until it completely perishes. Nothing remains. Congratulations on defeating the Dark Sovereign. Hearing the system's kill notification, Haruto finally smiles. That's amazing! As expected of Haruto to think of such a method. Just as everyone runs forward to celebrate, Haruto solemnly tells everyone, this isn't over yet. The number 1 and number 2 ranked students are still lying on the ground. After examination, he finds that although they're still alive, they're on the brink of death. We must quickly find a solution. At this moment, Haruto suddenly remembers the Omega Elixir he obtained earlier, a secret medicine that can instantly heal all human diseases and wounds. Although it's only the first stage trial elixir, it should still work. He then feeds the elixir to the 2 people on the ground. Before long, they wake up, completely confused about the current situation. After the group's explanation, they finally understand what happened. Thank you so much for saving us. As repayment, I'll fulfill any request you have. And Haruto's only request is for them to give him the number 1 ranking position at the academy. Hearing this, the 2 are quite surprised. Honestly, the reason we're ranked in the top 2 isn't because of our strength, but because of our family backgrounds. The number 1 title is something I can do without anyway. Since you want it, I'll give it to you. With that, that, he opens the system window and transfers the number 1 title to Haruto. Thank you very much. This way, my objective for this trip is finally achieved. Alright, let's go back. And so, the group happily leaves this S-rank dungeon. However, just as everyone prepares to return to school, they discover 2 people waiting for them ahead. One is Kurogane, the adventurer in charge of this area. The other is the Self-Defense Force's chief of staff. Haruto, it seems you haven't reported to the Adventurers Guild in quite a while. According to the information I've received, you've at least reached a rank now, or even higher. May I ask what the reason is? No particular reason. That doesn't seem to be a mandatory requirement. You blocking me here late at night can't be just because of this small matter. Of course not. We hope to appoint you as chief advisor to the Adventurers Guild. Everyone hearing this is utterly shocked. Why? Humanity is now facing an unprecedented crisis. Since the appearance of these dungeon labyrinths, numerous monsters have emerged, causing many citizens to be attacked, and as time passes, their power will gradually increase. Although we've trained many adventurers who can use magic, given the current situation, humanity will eventually be completely overwhelmed. Ultimately, only extinction awaits us. So we want to ask you to lend us your power to eliminate them. Haruto is so amazing. You'll definitely accept, right? However, what no one expects is, I refuse. I have no interest in your proposals. Although there are people I want to protect in this country, how to accomplish that is for me to decide. I'm certain that in the process of recovering what I've lost, others will also benefit. With that, he turns and leaves. Seeing this, everyone follows. Only Malulu stands in place, watching them. Haruto is so cool. I've decided to become his wife. Just thinking about it excites me. The day after clearing the S-rank dungeon, Haruto arrives at the principal's office. Now my ranking has reached number 1. Can we continue our duel? Hearing this, the principal stands up helplessly. You're really persistent, then I'll humor you. Follow me. Scene shifts. The two arrive at the school's rooftop. Fighting in this place, no one will disturb us. You should have heard about our school's skill cube legend from Mikado Ibuki. It's the supreme sword mastery that only the awakened one can comprehend. The legendary skill, Dimension Slash. I heard that if I defeat you, I'll have a chance to obtain it. Is that true? Looks like you're confident in your abilities. Now your battle spirit control is perfect. Since fighting me on the rooftop of the Nakano campus until now, you've indeed grown a lot. Regarding Dimension Slash, it was my father's most prized skill. My father, Muryu Kagamitsu, was this school's founder, and he was a swordsman with prophetic abilities. In his final words to me before he died, he included a prophecy that the world is about to be destroyed. We must quickly find the awakened one and defeat all the hateful enemies together with him. The reason I fought you last time was to confirm whether you're truly an awakened one, and bringing you to this school afterwards was to personally confirm what kind of person you are as the awakened one. You not only successfully defeated Raido Nobunaga in the ranking battle, but also cleared the Platinum Terrace S-rank dungeon and accomplished the good deed of saving the number 1 and number 2 ranked students. You accomplished all this in just 3 days. Now I can confirm you are the awakened one from my father's prophecy. To me, you already have the qualifications to inherit my father's will. Please, you must inherit his skill repository. However, faced with this situation, Haruto is quite impatient. You people are really annoying. Everyone comes running to order me to do this and that. Hearing this, the principal is puzzled. Has Kurogane already approached you? Seems like they can't wait anymore. At this moment, Haruto says, I only want to act according to my own will. I won't accept anyone's manipulation. I have someone I must save. For that, I must defeat you and obtain Dimension Slash. I see. It seems only Dimension Slash can help you. Then let's proceed as agreed. Let me witness the true power of the awakened one. With that, he assumes a sword-drawing stance, his entire body emanating a terrifying aura. Come on. This is exactly what I want. However, just as the principal is about to draw his sword, I surrender. I choose to concede. It's exactly what it sounds like. I've lost. Fighting you now has no meaning. Of course, as your victory reward, I'll give you the skill cube. A red cube floats in the principal's hand. This time, I was greedy. I swear on my honor as principal I won't ask you to do anything. Those are your own words. Then I won't hold back. With that, he takes the skill cube and turns to leave the building. Sure enough, ordinary methods can't restrain the awakened one. Letting him grow freely is the best approach. Isn't that right, father? Haruto, I believe in the near future, you'll return to my side again. Scene shifts. Haruto arrives at the Adventurers Guild building, once again arriving at the floor where the weapon synthesis laboratory is located. The laboratory director here is quite surprised to see the visitor. You're the young man who came here before to synthesize weapons. Your timing is perfect. I happen to have many questions to ask you. Wait, I actually came here today because I have something to ask of you. I want to synthesize this skill cube with my weapon. Of course, but this is the first time I've seen a skill cube like this. After processing through the synthesis device, the two are finally fused together. This doesn't look changed at all. This skill cube actually has chrono attributes. I've never heard of that before. But what are these strange, black particles? Just as the director turns to ask Haruto, he discovers in surprise that Haruto's figure is no longer in the room. Damn it. He ran off without a word again. Leaving the building, Haruto now thinks about how to find the point where the spatial rift might appear. The only method he can think of is to use Chronos' eye to scan the entire city, but that's not something easily done. Most importantly, that guy shouldn't be dead yet, right? I don't want to hold a funeral for myself, and just as Haruto buys a bunch of things and prepares to go home, a strange mass of matter suddenly emerges behind him, staring at his back from a distance.